Hi guys, welcome to the RamenCup-Cast. Today we're doing a expectations episode. Uh, and today I have with me uh myself, Sin, a member of Asama, uh Toshiro, the captain of Sound,
What's up, you guys?
Pie Guy, the captain of Akatsuki.
E-
That's our like featured cast, and then our guest for this week in this episode is uh Jay, who is on Sand.
Hello, everyone.
There you go. Uh, so the way that we're gonna do this is we're gonna go from the bottom of Genin in order to the top of Kage. So Genin, Chunin, Jonin, Kage. The lowest team being Sage, and the highest team being Minato. So starting with Sage, I think that I should start. Sage had a lot of trouble in the beginning of the season, last season, but by the end they really showed just what they're about. And according to some insider info and various little confirmations and such, Sage is going to get, and the passive system, Sage is going to get a lot more spammy next season. It's gonna be easier to spam. So looking forward to that. And Sage has also been putting out a lot of tests. Like for instance, as of recording, Asuma has done uh, about half as many as Sage, and Asuma is the second highest test number, I think. Might be third. It doesn't matter. It's still over double from second. It's insane.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I also think that Sage has access to some unique characters, including Mitsuki and Jiraiya and Sage Naruto. So their Rasengan game is pretty friggin' strong, and they have access to some pretty giant melee units. I think overall they're going to be one of the scariest teams next season. I don't know exactly where they're going to jump to, but I would guess Chunin or Jonin. What are you guys? You Tosh?
To be honest, I think either I can see them going to Joning, but I don't think any higher than Joning, to be honest with you. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
they are a strong team, yes. Especially if they keep Sage Naruto, Sage Kabuto, they can improve on him and Jiraiya. I think those are their person, main people right there. And if they can get some either new units or if they can fix their other ones, that would be great. But I can see them going far.
Okay, moving on. Or did I die?
no, keep going.
Oh, go ahead.
Uh, but I have something to say about Sage. We're also forgetting they also have six pass Madara, who is really good.
Yes,
All Madaras
access
are
to
good.
Madara is solid if he doesn't do the Minato Madara thing where he just kind of sits on the field and is a Madara.
That's what I want him to do more.
the
But a lot of with their new passive system, a lot of them has chakra mastery, so they can do ultimate and
yes,
Rasengans.
the
But I want them to use that as an excuse to focus more on offensive and defensive builds. I don't want them to just keep building chakra and ultimate builds.
yeah, I think that with the like I said with the passive system, they got a huge buff to spamming in general, and so I think that could just kind of tide them over for their non-spammy units. Like for example, Sage Naruto wasn't as spammy as they like wanted him to be, even with the chakra investment. So just leave him at the base chakra he gets and all his other buffs, and just make him a melee unit or a defensive unit even.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with a defensive Rasengan, like not at all, and his ultimate ranged and such and such. And I think he's actually one of their better units if they just abuse his passes.
and
Be
I also
honest,
agree with Tosh that Joning might be the cap. And
Yeah,
if they're any thinking about getting new units, of course, always go through the DFAs. But they're looking to drop something, maybe Kabuto.
I'm always in favor of dropping a Kabuti.
you have a bias against him. But I
His
think
whole thing is he digs up graves, man. He's a sick guy.
here's the thing. I think Sage Kabuto can still do great in everything he provided them
No, he was
with
a good unit,
great.
like,
He
for
was a
sure.
good unit last season, especially as a defense unit. So I
Yeah.
can see him definitely doing better things, especially if they can improve. And with this new feature and all, it
In
can
your
help
match
out.
versus Sage,
Help.
he actually blew your Kabuto out of the water. It was hilarious.
What are you talking about in our match? No, actually, he didn't.
I watched it
I
last night. He blew you up.
Sage Kav. Okay.
Sage
Anyways,
Kabuti fought your Kabuti
this
one to one.
that's for a conversation outside of this, but so we don't get
What
sidetracked.
about you, J-Man?
But
You've been quiet about Sage. What's your thoughts?
Oh, so I really like this team. Obviously, I'm a little biased towards this team, but I really think that they're a strong team. I really think that they had just a really off start of the season. Towards the end of the
yeah,
season, they picked it up, but it was a very slow beginning of the season.
They didn't have an impressive win record, but they were, dude, at the end of the season, they were nasty strong.
Yeah, yeah, and I really think their record isn't very representative of how strong the team is. It's not correlated at all. They have such strong units, Jiraiya, and I really like Hashirama a lot.
I didn't actually.
I thought that he hits with his ult a lot. That
The hand one?
I think that's the one that I'm thinking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
That
So
thing's
I don't
like
know. I think they
designed
can
to.
be good.
Thing's like 8 miles wide and it hits in the air and shit.
Yeah.
Sadly, I think that was one of the main things that was going for him for the most part. He
I thought he was
had
pretty
decent
meh.
melee. He had decent melee, but I don't think other than his ultimates, I think that was pretty much it. So they can improve on that as well.
Yeah, but I honestly I think he's one of the easier units to drop if they want Mitsuki, who in their test is looking pretty good. He's looking like
Yeah,
Fu Junior, which is not saying uh, a a lot of bad shit. That's really good. Fu Junior is pretty good.
Fu Junior. Okay,
Fu Junior.
all right. But Jay, man, do you have anything else that you wanted to say about
I just wanted to
Sage?
say I think that they are going to Jonin. I just really think they're a super strong team. They've been testing a lot, which is always really good. And if they can work on those things that were holding them back last season, they're an incredibly strong team.
I can
All
agree with
right.
that.
Yeah. All right. So is that
Moving
all?
onward from Sage to Mist. I'll start us off again so it's repetitive in the same kind of order. Mist is a team that is the dream and is the meme, and yet it never gets what it's due. But no more with the new maps and the oh my god. I almost just said Becky with the new maps. Uh um, I'm lost now. Sorry, save me. Oh, with the new maps and the
Oh,
passive system and the scrolls, their team got so scary now. They have a full water map, and they have buffs to Zabuza's melee, and they have buffs to other people, and all the passes and such, and the chakra mastery. I think mastery on May, and uh the various melee scrolls to go with Zabuza and Kisame and Haku. Oh my god, that team is so scary now. I can almost guarantee that Zao will pull it out of his ass and go to Jonin. I think they might actually slip
I'm
into Kage if all things goes well.
I'm sorry. I don't really, unfortunately, I don't really see Smith going that far. Unfortunately, I either say to be honest with you, with out of everyone else that either I just think a lot of other people have a little bit more potential, more so. I don't know if they can get Kisame, who's a freaking monster, to work better than he did last season. I can see them doing much better. Um, and please drop Yagra. Yagra, I don't think is worth keeping. I'm sorry,
So
but I'm
if
going
they
to say
drop
it.
Yagura, who would you have them pick up? Because there's not a
Either
lot of options there.
who else do they
It's
they have?
Yagura or Bubble McGee, and he's not pretty good.
Well, here's the thing with, and this can also
Slam
apply.
there too.
We don't know how he'll work with this upcoming thing. and apparently it's supposed to make everyone's AI a little bit better.
And
So,
shit I could pull.
so who knows? Maybe Bubble Man will make a return and he'll do great and
I'd
everything.
rather Gengetsu come
But
back.
or yeah, Gengetsu, but Gengetsu, I think
They hate him.
I
I
don't
know.
Gengetsu in just general, I don't really see as being useful, especially when he
Gengetsu
was
is
on Cloud.
definitely like the weakest range unit in the game.
Yeah, because if when you faced him against Hidomaru, granted, his what is it, Gengetsu's projectiles got overtaken pretty easily. And
Yeah.
his melee is not that great. And it's just so many downsides I see with him. So I see Utakata is probably better in that sense. Either
Probably.
that
But the thing is,
or
you gotta kind of disable a lot of Utakata's stuff because Utakata's tilt and his grab.
well, his tilt isn't bad. His grab probably
You
I
could
would
actually
say.
disable Gengetsu's melee.
Yeah, you can, and you can do the same thing for
Yeah, but
Utakata.
Utakata's not bad in melee.
Utakata isn't that bad at part. So I can definitely see him doing better than like Gengetsu and all. Um, and he can be a great asset to the team overall. That's in my opinion, but I still don't change the fact that I think Mist probably won't go any higher than Chuning. I'm sorry,
You
Zhao,
put
but
no
that's what I
respect.
think.
There's no respect. And you know what? I think tuning is the low end of where they're gonna go. And you're disrespectful.
Compared to everyone else that they had to face. Really.
Yes, I really do think Mist got buffed that much.
Okay, well, Pi, Jay,
What do you
what
think?
do you guys think?
As you probably already know, I was enjoying with out last season. He was very competitive in the beginning, but then out of nowhere he just got trampled.
Yeah,
Um,
we can all.
so I would say if he keeps, I don't know what his confidence level is on Kisame right now, but right now this season I think Kisame will be probably the best he'll ever be. So I strongly feel that he should keep him no matter what he did to him last season. And I think the main priority on the team should be Haku, Kisame, Zabuza, Mei, and everyone else should just think secondary, since those are like the main units for him. I agree with Tosh. Not, I don't see that far going in. Probably tuning, to be honest. As long as Zhao keeps his composure, because I know he gets a little meme heavy when he gets down, but I'm sure if he pulls himself together this season, he'll do fine. But as of right now, I see tuning.
All right. As another hater for the books, what about you, Jay?
So one thing I didn't hear anybody talk about is yes, they do get a huge buff in water maps, but now they have the scrolls that you can do what was it, lightning and water damage. So I think that they
Yes.
can get hard countered with their water
Well,
map.
if I'm not mistaken, it just the lightning. I don't know. Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying I think that they can get hard countered when they have the water map, and I just think that is one of their best things was the water jutsu in water. It does incredible amount of damage, and now it can kind of be countered with some
Yeah, but is it really a
scrolls.
counter if you can use it to your advantage?
But
I
it's
mean,
not an advantage if both of you have the same jutsu damage.
Exactly.
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 So they
Okay,
basically
And
lost
they
their
have it
whole.
every home game. So like
right. I mean, yes, they
the
do have
best
an
option, the
advantage.
best counter in my opinion is a map swap
That would be
to
also
a
an advantage.
massive map.
No, that would be horrible because all the freaking either shark bomb or water dragon and all that
Dude.
stuff. No, no.
But I think what
That,
J-Man's saying, what was special about them was the water maps, but now that everyone can get
Yeah.
the jutsu
mhm.
boost
Yes.
in water
They
maps,
get the water boost at least.
Team Mist is
Yeah.
not as special as they were.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's about it being special. It's still an upgrade. Like increasing your jutsu damage, even with just the base water buff, is good, and that's still a strength for them. Even if the opponent can or can't get it, it's still a strength. and they've been proven to use their jutsu well in that environment. So I think it's cool.
And they've been proven to loss from that too against Cloud, who also used their water map to their advantage.
That's true.
But I'm not trying to shit on Miz. I'm just saying it's just this season now the
they got
odds
blue.
are stacked against them even more than it was last
That
season.
that
they have
was
to
the
step up.
funniest shit of all
It was
time.
the
Though.
funniest. That was the most meme heavy
Like
match we
Gurr
ever saw.
made that fucking match. I love that match so much. Next up is
Which
team
match? Sorry.
uh
Lee.
Mist versus Kumo. Where Gurr just went Fingeru as Haku got utterly penetrated by the second Raikage. Or third Raikage.
Oh yeah.
This shit was hilarious, dude. Next up is Team Guy. Team Guy got buffed into friggin' oblivion. And they have the opportunity to, for friggin' free, swap out their 10-10s, which is better for them. And somebody else already put in the work to make that 10-10 good. So
Yes, because freaking Shippuden Tintin sucks ass. I'm sorry, but it's true. I hate her. PTS Tintin for win.
And with the implement of the QFA scrolls and the essence of striking and essence of finishing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are both really goddamn good on Lee. So you could take a pick with either of those. On Shippuden Lee. On PTS Lee, you want the QFA, striking. If you want on either Neji, you want striking. So there's just in those ones alone, you can put it on half the team. And as for palms and such, you still have PTS Lee who has like a 7-hit combo, and it's kind of slow,
Yeah.
so he finishes a lot, and he just is a siphon magnet.
True enough.
And like they got the taijutsu buffs and the I think I don't know if it's somebody on their team gets another one. I can't remember what it is.
Gentle Fist.
Yes, technically. I'm talking about. I thought someone got like lightweight or something. I know I think PTS Lee has it. I'm not entirely. It doesn't matter. I could be talking out of my ass. I don't actually know. Don't take anything there for serious. Guy also has
PTS Lee. No, he doesn't. He has Child, 8 Gates in, Taijutsu Specialist.
Really? Okay, don't worry about it. Guy has the possibility, in my opinion, to hit upper Jonin and maybe, if the cards fold out right, touch Kage. Because they can do everything that Asuma did last season better.
I see them as a threat. I say Jonin, maybe Kage, but
Yeah, I think
them
it's
more,
a low possibility
them
for
more.
Kage, but
Yeah,
I legitimately view them as a better Asuma. And I'm fucking on Asuma, so you know.
But not for the time being. I'm joking now. But I do, yeah. I think Jonin is a definite for them. Kage maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They got
They
buffed
are a
so
strong
well,
team.
and they were already strong. The end of last season, dude, Lee was insane. Guy was insane.
Well, I say they got better because they got Neji to work.
Exactly.
Neji. I think that was their main thing. So they got 3 characters to work.
And they're
is
getting and
Hello?
Yeah.
Well, I think
everyone else, obviously. And I think it's gonna be amazing. What about
I'm gonna see it.
Guy?
Guy, definitely with all the melee scrolls, Neji's definitely a plus. With his rotation to keep all the melees out of away from Tenten and all those guys. So I definitely see Tenten Neji being a strong combo in the season. But other than that, maybe yeah, maybe shift a little bit more focus towards Guy.
Yeah.
But other than that, they have a solid team. Joning, definitely could see them there next season. But always with Guy, they always hit the high point and then right back down to the low points again. It's never really consistent, but but since they just hit their low point last season, I could definitely see him hitting Joning this season.
Yeah. Any thoughts for you, Jay?
I was just gonna say once again, Neji. Now that finally he's working, it really helps him out, and I see them going into Jonin. I just don't see Kage, just because I guess I haven't really seen anything Kage worthy from them in the past, like consistency wise. And I think that's what you really need to get in was consistent, doing great. So I see Jonin
like
for them.
I said, I don't think it's a guarantee Kage like some teams are, but I definitely think that they have a definite possibility to get there just because they do the things that Asuma do just better. Asuma got in.
Not everything is about freaking Asuma.
Well, they're
Yeah.
the closest to my team, so that's the fairest comparison. Is I'm in Kage. I don't know about you, Toshiro, but I'm in Kage.
I was in Kage, so shut up.
I'm in
I'm
Kage
making my way
currently.
back.
I don't know
I'm
about
making
you,
my way back.
but I'm there. Okay, and so the way that I saw it was their team is closest to ours in literal a 1-2 aspect. Like, all right, I'm done explaining that. Any final thoughts from the rest of you on Team Guy?
Rotation.
I agree. Also spell it correctly, fucking staff. Team Kakashi's up next. Team Kakashi.
Team Kakashi. Oh Lord.
No
Fuck,
tree
ahead.
map. Tree Sama dead.
Tree
Rest in
Sama.
peace.
Tree Sama needs to come back.
No, fuck that map. Entries.
Cause fuck whoever got that thing banned. Was it you, Pi? Fuck you.
No, it's Buzz.
No, Buzz. Well, Buzz, when you watch it, fuck you. I hate you. I want.
What do you mean,
Oh, we
fucking
just
hate
went
you?
for
Tree
Pi.
Sama back.
Yeah, fucking. Kakashi
Fuck you,
swept me last
Akatsuki.
season.
Fuck, you didn't even do it.
You know what? I'm gonna start with Kakashi.
Speaking of
since they
resurrecting
swept me.
dead old problems, that's your fucking territory, Mr. Snake Cake Kabuto. Mr. I dig up
Oh,
graves and making everybody else's goddamn business.
You know what? I'm starting Kakashi because they swept me last season. So last season,
But I think, to be honest, I think in terms of Kakashi, I think tuning or joning
Honestly,
depends on their team that they can get. Like the people.
I think that because the fact that they get so many friggin' Sasuke's they shouldn't have, I'm gonna beat that dead horse so hard. They don't deserve half those fucking Sasuke's. Because of that, I Naruto's a fucking criminal.
I'd have to agree with that. He definitely is not about Team 7 for a little while there.
He literally like
tries to kill him.
He severs his ties, attempts to murder them, leaves the country with a known traitor to the village. Like he's an actual douchebag.
Well, the ones that they can go for EMS.
Yes,
Which,
I'm
if
aware.
you think about it, he did work with his original team, so that's something. And then,
I think we're getting off the point though.
Yeah, no, but go ahead. I think they can get the Sasuke's that they're promised and everything. But
I'm gonna beat that dead horse.
I think they only can get one or two. They can't have
But anyways, I think they can do good. I think Kakashi needs work.
Actually, just for clairvoyancy's sake, I really think that Kakashi did well. I mean, shit, and they should totally drop him. Cough, drop that motherfucker. It's not, he didn't do very well. I really think that he struggled a lot, and you should totally drop him for reasons unbeknownst to me. Advice, cough, cough. But
whatever.
Are you going for Minato Sin? Is that what?
No, I'm not. No.
I don't see any correlation there. No.
No, I'm on Asuma. I don't know the fuck you guys are on about, but I'm on Asuma.
Hashtag look at the support threads now after this.
Hashtag, time of recording, my guys.
I'm
Time
gonna
of
give,
recording.
I'm gonna give some Team Kakashi's history.
Yeah, Team Kakashi was totally.
No, in terms of the
Actually,
league.
in
terms
all
of the
honesty,
league.
Team Kakashi was a good team.
There were,
Yeah, they did good.
They used members that I had no idea were even good, and they made them be.
and you know
Good
how
on
that
them.
happened is when the staff took over.
What up?
Once the staff took over, they really got back into place. They
Oh,
found
wow.
that crazy combo
That's
with the
hella rude.
10-10 Sasuke. Was it Sakura? It was like the almost unbeatable combo that
That combo was insane.
I really don't know much about Team Kakashi in general, but I
had an
know that
unbeatable
they
combo
were
that swept 2 teams.
Yeah.
And round
Including
4
yours.
other teams. But I think
They
since
had a
10-10's
winning streak
gone,
for a
they can't.
while, I think.
Yeah, they were on like on a 6 or 8 win streak, I think.
But
But now
I
that's
don't
gone.
I honestly don't think that they're gonna get into Chunin. I think they're stuck in Genin.
I
No,
also
I
believe
think they
that.
can go.
But
I think they can at least get to Juning.
it all
I don't
depends.
know, man. Somebody's got to be in goddamn Genin. Like,
But the problem
That's
is,
Asumo.
as a team, they're good.
hello, what the fuck? Sound exists. Get the fuck out of here.
And they're in.
Wait, what? Excuse you?
Let me talk.
Get your Doki Doki Heaven ass out of here,
don't-
Toast.
You'll get there one day, Pi.
No,
This is
shut
Community
up.
Cast,
All right,
guys.
Pie guy.
Welcome to Community
Pie guy,
Cast.
let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, Pie.
Now, welcome to Community Cast. I would just say
Look at
that
the toxicity.
as like the teams that we spoke about before, we can definitely say that there are some individuals that they worked really hard on. But as far as for Kashi, they were always like an actual team. Like certain teams worked really well, but as individuals, they weren't that strong. So they really need to focus on getting like at least 1 or 2 characters to work.
Yeah.
Because without that, they're not gonna go far.
Kakashi's a lost cause, though. You should totally pop
Yeah,
him off.
I
Like, I'll
think
trade you.
I think
Like,
Kakashi was only bad when Trisama was out, because
Yeah.
Trisama was always in the way, like he always is.
yeah.
But with a clear map, I'm sure Kakashi would do better with his jutsu spam.
Hopefully.
J-Man?
I am just gonna say, Kakashi. I'm gonna preface what I say with, I don't think they will go above Chunin. I don't know if they'll go to Genin, but I don't think they'll go above Chunin either. And while they have that one good team, that's all I really remember about watching them is that one team.
They also don't have that good team anymore.
Yeah, 10
Right.
gone.
Tentan is quite literally probably already signing the transfer deal.
Unless
to
they
Guy.
can find a replacement for her, that team's kind of gone. And yeah, one thing I did like though is seeing everybody run into Sakura's traps. That was funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good times.
What they should do is invest in a PTS Team 7 ult, because that shit is
That
garbage.
being said, I think
Oh my
traps are
gosh,
going to
I
be
want
even stronger this season with all the new scrolls that help go faster. around the
I
map.
actually don't think they got as buffed as I want them to be.
They all just have they have a lot of childs, I think.
No, but
They have
there's
a lot of
scrolls.
childs, but they
Yeah.
also have like a lot of mixed characters.
That's true.
At least in my opinion.
Maybe look into Sai if I had the honest opinion.
Sai is
Yes.
good, especially with his tilt and just ultimate. His grab.
Also, they're
Do they
probably
get
going to look
Yamato?
into.
I think they get Yamato. They should look into that.
Yeah, they should look into Yamamoto. I was going to say that just now, yeah.
You
They
did
should look
good
into
on
Yamamoto.
Asuma.
'Cause we basically put in all the goddamn work. You should at least pick them up.
Yeah, that's
Over
the
that
best part
shitter.
about FAs.
Tashi! Alright?
That's like the little best part about FAs. Hey, thanks for putting all that work.
Basically.
Grab them. I'll take them off your hands.
Yeah, speaking of, don't ever look at Masked Man again. Or my 3 kids, okay?
So is that
I'm
all
gonna be
for Kakashi?
watching your test.
I think-
Yeah, that's about it for Kakashi. Next up is the Chunin division, starting off with Team Hokage. Speaking of Kakashi, Team Hokage.
Hokage. Go ahead, Sin. Go ahead.
I actually think Hokage is gonna drop down to Genin.
What the hell is wrong with you? No.
Listen, man, I got plans in my brain.
Hokage
strong.
scared the crap out of me last season.
They're
They
strong
were
because you're
good.
garbage.
I'm better than you.
Hello?
But go ahead. Anyways,
Who's
continue.
in Kage?
Continue.
Huh? Okay, that's what I thought.
Whatever.
Team Hokage is a strong team. Did they get better via passives and the other systems and the scrolls and such? Yes, of course they did. Of course they did. I don't think they got as strong as they need to be to go up to Jonin, because the people in Jonin are ridiculous. The people in Jonin are ridiculous. As a quick head count, like Taka, Sound, Katsu, Uchiha, and then in Kage, Asuma, Kurenai, Jinchuriki, Minato. All those teams are incredibly strong. So to beat out them, to get into the top two Kages, is going to be nuts, especially when we have to contend with Sage, who's going to go crazy. Guy's going to go crazy. Sand's going to go crazy. Stone's going to go nuts. Like, there are a lot of teams that just didn't get as strong as they need to pump out the consistent wins against all these other teams. They got super buffed.
But you got Hiruzen.
That much better.
Hiruzen is really solid for them. Especially with his range ultimate, the Death Reaper seal or whatever. He did good last season with that. You have Edo Minato, 360 no scope Rasengan, who did pretty well himself too. Hashirama, I know he's been working on Hashirama. He's decent. Now he's able to pick up Tobirama in replace of maybe Tsunade for someone
I think Tsunade is really good. They just have to figure her out.
Well, look at Tobirama and what he did for Jin at 1.2. He was actually pretty solid.
No, of course, yeah.
So it's like they have different people that they can go for, even though it's very
I would drop
limited.
Hokage Kakashi. Jokes aside,
they don't even have. Do they? They don't
Hokage,
even have him.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. They didn't.
He's
they never picked him up.
Contestable.
He's contestable.
He's contestable.
But they never. Yeah, but they never picked him up.
Oh my!
Team
All right.
and Minato also have a stake in him.
I had no idea. I thought he was literally on their team. I don't know where I'm at.
No.
Don't worry about it.
No, they have Hokage, Naruto. They got Tsunade, Hashirama.
Oh, that's the one. Hokage Naruto with his stupid 87 Rasengan jutsu that I super don't like, but
and Naruto is actually decent as well. So
these
mainly because his jutsu, I think.
Wait, is it are we talking about like Hokage Naruto from the DLC, or are we talking about
Hokage Naruto? No, the last.
Okay, yeah, that one's a lot better, I think. Either or doesn't. What do you think they're gonna be, Tosh?
I think that they can either stay in tuning or go up to.
Ah, man.
They also have different factors too, though. They have that new Naruto, but they have to contest. They have to contest, who is it? Jin and Sage for him, possibly.
Jin?
Yeah, because Jin can go for the new Naruto as well.
Jesus. I was thinking about Taka. Never mind. Go ahead. Do you? I was like, what is Taka gonna stake in Naruto? So I'm dumb.
They have the new Naruto as well, who has a very, very good moveset and everything, in my opinion. Like, they have their options and everything. So I can definitely see them improving and going higher and not staying up in the same place or going down.
With the various last Narutos, they all have really shitty jutsu, except for the one that can charge his jutsu. That one's like not horrible. I still don't like it, but it's definitely like better than the 8 Rasengan spam. I only hit 1.5. The trap shooter of Naruto League.
Literally. All right, Pi, what do you think?
Fun fact about Hokage: in season 4, they spent all their Ryu on Boruto Uzumaki. So now, I don't think they're gonna ever make that same mistake again. But that being said, like, if they do go for all these new characters, there's a lot of work to be put into figuring them out.
That's true. It's a lot of dedication.
So I do agree that I'm not gonna say bottom tuning, but definitely a power struggle between top of tuning, top of getting, bottom of tuning. is what I'm expecting
It's a lot.
at the end
It's
of
a
the
lot of
season.
luck, really, if they take all those new units.
Yeah. I also probably the wild card is with all these new melee scrolls, Tsunade
Being
might
a
do
lot.
better, but I feel like the captain's like done with her in terms of just trying.
I
I
forget
can see him
who.
giving up on her, but
Me,
Tsunade
Scotty.
looks really good with all these
is
melee
Scott?
scrolls.
Oh, I got a PM Scott. All right, we're good.
Yes, Scotty is the coach for Hokage.
Feels good, man.
But yeah, so yeah, Hiruzen, that's your main guy right there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You should definitely like base the team around him to try to
Which
keep
is
him.
fair because he's the most badass dude. So
Yeah, and definitely look into Senju. Even though he's not as good as the Sage version, he's still very good in general.
yeah.
And with
Ironically,
his
I
new
like him
passives, with his new passive, you could focus more on offense, on defense on him because he does have chakra mastery, I believe.
You boy. What about you, Jay? What do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say they got that passive, the whole team of the. I think it's what chakra. Yeah, Jutsu costs 7.5% less chakra, so that's pretty good for the whole team. Um, and yeah, I would have to agree. Drop Tsunade. I did not see very much. It's like they have such a strong roster. I
Ain't you
think that
named
they
Uriah?
can. What?
Ain't you named Uriah?
Yeah.
Kind of hater shit. All right, go ahead.
Look, I'm gonna be real. Tsunade is just not like the rest of them in terms of her strengths, and they have contestable double Sharingan Kakashi. I would rather them go for that than Tsunade.
Double string on is not contestable, but they could have him for free.
Well,
Free.
they can have his whole. They can technically contest for him because Double Sharingan has the Hokage outfit. So
Does
yeah,
he? Good. Get him
yes.
out. Keep him.
So
So yeah,
I'm on Asuma.
I don't see them going above tuning for sure. I don't know if they're gonna drop to Genin, but it's a definite possibility to me.
Somebody's got him, man. Like,
There has to be Genin teams.
you know
it's
what?
gonna be Genny, and I'm fairly certain it's gonna be like Kakashi,
I think the
Mist.
beginning team is going to
Hokage,
be Mist,
Cloud.
Kakashi, Cloud. I'm hoping Cloud because I don't think Cloud deserved to be in tuning after a
Damn.
hidden staff and Uchiha clan. I want Uchiha clan to
No,
go down.
I agree.
Go
You
down.
know what, Tosh? You're a bastard, but I agree.
You guys could dream, but everyone knows Uchiha.
Yeah, no,
I want
they're
Uchiha.
guaranteed joining.
Don't even
Fuck those
they won't
guys.
even put their toes in the water for getting.
Not
See,
even tuning, dude. They won't even.
I
They
can
won't
I
even
can
do it for
dream.
$50
I
an
can
inch.
dream.
Dream.
Okay.
I think we're all dreaming for that to happen.
Fuck them.
I want the time when Jin can probably go back to beginning when they started out in season 2.
Get the fuck
But
out of here.
but that won't happen. We all
At
know.
least, come on. At least Jinchuriki is full of nice people with nice names. What the fuck does Uchiha have?
Uchihas,
They got fireballs.
they have
Yeah.
eyes.
No, the only fire I need is Akatsuki's mixtape. All right, we're good. Hey, so I think this is a good time to take a pee break. BRB bio guys. See you in a bit. Welcome back, guys. We had a minor technical difficulty. None of us remember where we were because it's been 4 hours. So
Totally 4 hours. Yeah.
yeah, it's been 4 hours. So we're gonna
Also,
I got
hi.
lunch.
quickly
and I came
divert
back.
to R is here now. Never
Right.
mind the puppet in the corner.
No.
We're gonna quickly divert to something that
So about Cloud, since that's where you guys left off, I think that personally, how well they do next season will depend on the map that they get. Because, like Mist, they have a lot of jutsus, like you guys were saying earlier. They get boosted by water. So I think if they can get a water map, then they should have a better chance than probably normally. But I think that will be very important for them in terms of just where they'll end up and their overall record. Obviously, not every game is going to be at home, but I think it'll definitely help them when they are at home just like it did for Mist until Mist started just losing. So yeah, I mean that's what I have to
week
say on
1
it.
when they just started.
Oh god, 4-11, boys. All right,
And
so
somehow Sage did worse, and yet I'm predicting them to go to fucking Kage.
yeah, dude. So
What a
okay,
bold prediction.
that's all I have to say about Cloud.
All right, everybody, give our quick round of applause. And
Please don't.
no, everybody at home, we don't gotta clap for him.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We don't want to peak the
R
audio.
is sick and dying because he spent so much time doing work for you guys in the league. So just
I am sick, so I apologize if I sound weird.
Blame Sin. Okay.
What? Blame Buzz. And
Hashtag
blame the guy who's in my chat spamming Naruto endings. Guy,
Okay, we were talking about this. Okay.
yeah, like 3 hours ago.
Okay,
It's the most important thing.
Stick it on my story.
guys.
So moving on to Stone.
Yes.
That's a segue and a half.
I guess I'm
moving on.
just here now.
I mean, if you want to dip,
You can't
if wanna
leave.
dip, that's all you.
Okay.
He
So
actually- oh, okay. He's not dipping. I was waiting to see if you actually dipped. I was gonna actually destroy you if you dipped.
got him.
Hidden Stone is, I want to say, an extremely high potential team, but I also want to say they have zero potential at all.
Okay, I think Stone is one of those teams. It's just they're locked into the characters that they have, unfortunately,
Yeah.
and so they have to work with what they have. There are some teams that are struggling right now that we could say, oh, maybe next season they can pick up this guy or that guy. Stone is stuck with the 5 that they have. The only way, if they're having trouble with somebody, is if they get a free agent and
Yeah.
swap them in. So
There's also they potentially got buffed with the Batara scrolls and the
Did that on purpose.
even when I'm here, fam, come on.
I definitely did that on purpose.
I did it way more in the first recording.
That's
Uh,
just insulting.
In the and the passive system, they could potentially get a lot of there, and with the free agent involved, they can get even more. But I think that all in all, the person and people behind Stone easily could take that team to higher heights than they rightfully should.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Just never pick up Hiro Amaru again or any range character and put an attack build on them.
who float.
they do have dudes who float. They have 2 of those. So, what they had been doing, which I think always worked well, I was doing that on Jinchuriki too, was putting air step on them, zoom across the stage. You're just gone. It becomes more
Sanic
like an
Mania.
aerial. Yeah, exactly. It becomes more like an aerial chakra dash. It just goes really far, and that's amazing. Hey, if you're trying to close out on a ranged fighter or something like that, you're on a big stage, go for it.
Is there any character you guys want to see more?
Han.
Yeah, I figured that one.
Han is
I
armored.
say
There's
Yes,
no more
I
excuse
say
to
Roshi.
not put defense anymore. It's like they never wanted to put armor stuff on defense. I mean defense stuff on Han.
Han, I definitely want to see more.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I want to see
He wants to
Roshi.
go in.
God, I want to see Roshi.
I
be
want to see
so
Roshi
good.
do more though. Yeah.
I do too.
I want Roshi
Yeah.
to be so good. If Roshi can become their clutch like melee guy, I'll be so happy.
Yeah, I think Roshi could be really good. He's got great melee. His jutsu's great.
I think he easily could like with the right support and minds behind him, so like 1v1 Asuma with like 50-50.
Deidara's been in the back for a while.
Yeah.
He hasn't really showed up as much as he did when he was in the Akatsuki the first few seasons.
Are you trying to say that only you guys can use Dataro effectively?
Kind of.
Well, it was
Uh,
different back then.
Yeah, it
too.
was different back then.
You
But,
gonna use Toby half as effectively as we did?
I think-
Ooh.
I mean,
Damn.
Kobe destroyed you guys when I fought you guys last time, but that's neither here or there.
All
Toby
right.
1v5.
So- Data would be nice to see more of. I think.
I think with the kunai bags, that definitely put
yeah.
it up to a step.
I think Data had some really good performances last season, but then he also had some really awful ones. He's somebody I really don't know how I fully feel about. It's hard for me to formulate like a just a definitive opinion on his performances, but
But
I think that he definitely has the potential to be amazing.
yeah,
It's just that he needs to realize that, and I think Stone definitely is one of the higher potential teams that we have. But,
Yeah, especially coupled with just who their coach is.
yeah.
I like
Kyle is. I mean, he's new to
Kyle-
the Naruto League, but consider what he did with Stone in this season. Like, compare like new Stone. Like, this is his first season on Stone to like some other. I can't think of another team, but it was somebody's first season in Naruto League. Maybe Sage. I don't know.
Don't worry, I'm gonna take Minato to bottom of Yenin.
But I think that he did a great job with what he did. His captain application was amazing. There are a few things that happened with Stone that kind of threw him for a loop, but I think he ended up pretty well with it being his first season at all.
The dude's an actual genius, and the more time you give him to play with Stone, he's just gonna get better and better.
Yeah, of course. I can definitely agree with that.
He's incredibly smart. Like, I find it extremely hard to doubt the potential on this team just because of who their coach is. That's why I say, like, I feel like there's not a lot of potential, but there just is so much there. It's double-edged. I see it both sides because it's Kaio working on a team that has some potential, and then he's just going to take that and expand it further than it should go. But it's still again, I agree that Stone is very locked into its position.
They don't have a lot of character, like, potential and a lot of characters, but I think that he can do a lot with the characters that he does have.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think the one thing that set him back a little was the double range last season.
Yeah, and
with
Kidomaru. Yeah, Kidomaru wasn't where
they always paired the two range characters together, which a lot of the times you commentated like it's not really the best idea, but sometimes they kept going for it.
I mean,
which is what's unfortunate.
That happens a lot in both leagues. Unfortunately,
sometimes you just have to go ahead and try stuff.
Like, yeah, exactly.
You're preaching to the choir. I'd be doing the crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this much: after seeing Kyle pick up Hiromaru and Datara, I probably won't get double range. I don't think, at least for me.
Shit, who is he feeding to?
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea. I mean, it's just hard because those range characters are so specific in the way that you should build them.
Yeah, Datara.
I don't want to say necessarily
extremely picky about how they want to be built.
Yeah, I think they're like some things you could definitely do with their builds, but other things really not so much. And they're definitely more specific in terms of what you can actually do with them. So I think having two of them on one team is a little bit tricky. And if you want to give yourself a challenge, go ahead. But like, you can prove to me that it's gonna work. But hey, I'm not trying it.
Do you guys have anything to say about Onoki or Mu?
Mu is Mu and Onoki is Floaty. Like, they're two very solid units.
Right.
I think Onoki was a resident attacker.
So Onoki, I think, good grabs.
The grab, the headbutt.
Amazing amazing jutsu.
And the support too. He had a good.
Yeah, and he had some great like actual aggression that I was not expecting this season. As for Mu, I feel like he could be a little hit or miss. Like, sometimes his spam is on point. His jutsu is amazing. There doesn't really need to be anything said for it.
I don't know much about Mu.
Or he just floats around.
Hard for me to judge them accurately.
Did Onoki spam last season his ult?
Just grab
yeah.
mostly,
Well, he did use his ult a few times. Like, I mean, you could count on him to usually use it like once, at least, and Mu as well. But I think Mu's like big thing is, as far as his entire moveset goes, is probably his jutsu, because it snaps right to the opponent.
Yeah, and the AI's probably too stupid to just.
Yeah, and if they get hit by it, they're gonna take damage, or they're gonna have to use a sub. Like, that's it. So I think that's very good and very useful especially to pair up with a range character, which is what Kaya was doing or attempting to do last season. And with leader change, it can get a little bit tricky to get specific tactics to work, but it's a good idea. And I think Mu can really do work for Stone. I think he's a good character. He's got a good moveset. He's I wouldn't say he's fast. I wouldn't say he's slow either. It's hard for me to judge his melee speed overall.
I think his melee speed is fairly normalized.
Yeah, it's pretty like
It's more in line with characters like Kakashi and
you mean like regular Shippuden and Kakashi, not
yeah, like regular
okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say double Sharingan's fast.
like regular Jonin and Kakashi.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I use him quite frequently actually. He's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, all right, is that all we have to say about Stone?
I'm
or
gonna
does
just talk
anybody
about
else-
Stone,
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit more Roshi and Han focus.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them beef up Roshi.
Look, if they can manage to get Awakenings to work, I mean, look, I know we all have our reservations about Awakenings, but there were some times that I thought Roshi used it pretty well.
I think that their
and-
team has a high potential for good use on
I
it.
think he
I
used his
think so,
awakening
too.
the most in the season. If I
He did.
recall. Yeah.
I think that with that, there's a lot of potential there. Obviously, with a lot of Jinchuriki or just giant awakenings in general, there's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of like somebody actually using their awakening semi-effectively, I think Roshi was one of the better ones most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with awakening scrolls now affecting everyone on the team, and him having a chakra control when he goes awakening, he's going to be getting chakra all the time. And I think that can be really good. Same could be said for Han, but I'm not as confident in his ability to use the awakening effectively. So yeah, I mean, I think that's all I have to say on it.
Next up, I think is Sand. Sand is in my super unbiased opinion, ironically unbiased for once, is that I really think Sand has the potential to do crazy shit.
Well,
Like,
of course,
just
yeah.
go buck wild.
Definitely, man.
I mean,
We have some of the stronger characters.
yeah, I think
Gara.
the issue, I think the Tamari Gara or Tamara, if you want to call it that, that's what I call
Model.
it. Sure, whatever. Is a really good team. I think the issue with that team is that whenever Tamari is paired up with someone else, she loves to stay on the field. So
Mhm.
she's
Not
soaking
giving
up
her a
all
lot of
that time.
chance.
Yeah. So Gara doesn't really get a chance to do much. And I was noticing the very same thing with Kurenai. Shido, and who else was he paired up with? Gara. Another Gara.
Yeah.
So I don't think Gara, I mean, it's a good choice because you got that tankiness. But, like, in terms of actually getting the other character to back that range character up, I think it's a little tricky. And especially being locked out of those huge maps like five seal barrier cliff, like they had last season.
That was a nightmare.
Yeah, it'll be harder for them. It definitely will. But I will
I
not
think
deny the potential for their team.
I think that they want to. I think that they should shift focus from Shippuden to PTS Tamari, just because
They did not really give her a shot.
They didn't.
I mean, like even when they did give her a shot though, like in testing, she's doing.
No, they didn't really do. I can vouch for that. They really didn't do much testing for
They still-
the
they
team
did-
overall.
They did PTS Tamari in a few lineups throughout the
I
testing.
tested more
Yeah,
Osiri
yeah,
than anyone
more
else.
so.
though.
Like
Yeah, but I think she still received a lot of love this offseason so far,
PTS
Yeah,
Tamari. Oh,
and I think that she looks a lot better than I think Tamari did outside of the guards.
To be honest, I want to only say, and didn't mean to cut you off, mainly because Spoofy's been testing everyone on the team, to be honest with you. And he's given PTS Tamari and different ones like a chance to actually do things and test them out to see where they stand.
Yeah, I think Spoofy has the benefit of like observing this team from the sidelines through the course of the entire last season. So he's like, okay, I wanted to join this team. I know what worked for them and what didn't, and what could have been utilized better. And I think that's really important, even if you don't have as much experience being on that team. If you have some experience with building characters anyway, and you have a rough idea of how this team works, then you can still make it work. You can still
Going into a
do all
team
right.
without prior biases is always pretty.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's where a lot of teams seem to struggle. I don't need to bring this into like DBZ League, but like Gohan's, especially last season, they had a lot of biases with how their team. They were like, okay, we got to do this, this, and this because this is what was working, and none of it was working. And then as soon as they started trying different stuff, I mean, spoilers if you don't want to hear this, and they
Put up
took
the
the
spoiler
championship again.
Yeah.
Again. So
They listened to people around them and wisened up and
yeah, and the
kind of
same
let
thing,
go of last season and the season before that.
yeah, and the same thing can happen in Naruto League. I mean, the reason
It
I
can happen anywhere, dude. If you're set in your ways about something, you can very easily just get hard countered.
yeah, exactly, and I think the new scrolls will only like amplify that sense of being able to hard counter people that are like that. And I think
being a team that is hyper specific on certain, like if your team is like my team does not jutsu very well or it does not have a designated ranged person, you could easily put those kind of teams on a longer map and just put them at a disadvantage because they're not planning for it like at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think PTS Tamori, like we were talking about earlier, great potential for an ultimate spammer. Like just 100% great opportunity there. She was one of the main characters that made us ban Ultimate Chakra Saver on certain characters. And I, you know, I'm not entirely 100% if that's still going to be active on everybody. I know we are enacting a new rule that's to where you can't use Ultimate +2 and Ultimate Chakra Saver at the same time anymore, but
I mean, I feel like that's a little weird because not many characters can get away with that.
I would disagree, personally. I would disagree. I think we saw it a lot more than
like you could give that to Choji and he'd still suck.
Well, yeah, I mean, but again, I have my reasons for saying
no, obviously, yeah.
But I can see why you would say that. Like, I think there's certain characters
also very, very specific in our league.
I think there's certain characters who will still be banned from it, regardless. Yeah. But for the characters that aren't, I think this is going to be just a general rule. Like, you can't use it at the same time. So, yeah, I think, I mean, PTS Tamari, she's got that potential. Even if you can't use Ultimate Chakra Saver on her, you can still make it work. You really can. And it's not like her jutsu's bad either. It's actually pretty good. It has a lot of, like, it has a lot of presence on the field. It's very large, and it stays out for quite some time. So I think that with that, her melee is also pretty good. And she does have decent damage from those kunai projectiles.
Yeah, I think she's a very strong character.
Yeah, she has a good melee game too. She's not afraid to duke it out.
Exactly. So very underutilized character.
Maybe
I think.
Essence of striking or finishing.
I would honestly take her over Kankuro, but that's just me.
See, I like what Tosha and what Spoof is doing with the puppets. I think that's actually really, really smart. Some of the stuff he's trying to do, at least. I can see where he's going, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Why don't you explain
side of Sand that we haven't seen?
Yeah, keep testing that sorcery out. Keep testing.
Well, yeah. Can you give us some insight? Because there might be some people who are watching this who don't know what they're trying.
That'd be Jay.
Oh, yeah. So I've been trying to catch myself up because I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm pretty new. And what I've noticed is, one, the puppets they're just the way the AI reacts to them. You can't really plan ahead as you probably should with a puppet user. They kind of just blow past them pretty fast. So I really think the Rasa should be used more because he was very interesting in the tests. And what you guys were saying with PTS Tamari, those fights would drag on if it was just a ranged fighter. It would go forever. And so it's just kind of hard to, I don't know, plan for a ranged character because once you get one or two caps out of your favor, the fight's just going to go on forever. You know? So
it also has a Nimbus, like.
Right. I mean, Nimbus.
You know how many times I accidentally use that Nimbus online?
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. You've probably seen me do it.
I have. And you're like, damn it, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, Rasa wasn't
This is
bad
like,
last
I want to
season.
jump attack because I can jump attack with Gara. It's fine.
Doggy.
And
But
it's
yeah,
like-
Rasa did pretty good last season. He was just outshined by his fellow teammates for the most part,
Yeah.
He's been doing pretty solid.
with
in
his
testing.
supports and his ultimate.
But more
I
specific.
think we're gonna work on Rasa more.
Yeah, but Jay, what about like what are your guys' thoughts on why you're testing the puppet users now more than you did last season, like already?
I can't speak for Spoof, obviously, but
Yeah.
they give they give you range quarters at the same time, which is really interesting to me. And especially with Konkuro's ultimate, he kind of, I believe he ult spammed last season, and it was the one with
Fairly well, yeah.
the sorcery puppet that does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And I think we really want to get him to the point where we can actually count on him instead of like throwing him out there and one match he does good and the next match he doesn't even show up. So I think it's really important for us to get a consistent puppet user down, or else we're just wasting a spot on our roster.
I would tend to agree with that. I think that your best.
I think
bet
it's
is
just
to get-
important to test them.
As ironic as it's gonna sound, I think that your best bet for a puppet user is sorcery. Just because sorcery has
Sorcery has the third Kazekage, right?
Yeah, he
Yes.
does.
Yeah.
he
So
has like the black iron sand and stuff, and his awakening is
Right.
kind of solid, and his awakening turns him like almost into a regular character. It's really good.
yeah, I actually have played, like, just in me personally, I played around with his awakening a little bit, and it's a really interesting awakening because it does kind of turn him into a regular character. And so you kind of have the puppet user, and then when he awakens, if he really needs to get in
Yeah.
there, he can get in there.
And your team's awakenings aren't bad, like at all. Tamari's is good. Gara's is good. Either form of Gara's. The Biju version. I don't think you don't think you guys use every day. You have the regular one though.
Yeah.
Where it's an enhanced one. You have Rasa's, which is kind of
they have the Bijou one.
I thought the Biju one went to Jinshu.
No, Jin has the regular one. Great Ninja War, who doesn't have it. Sand has.
Oh, they have every
the
day.
other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
every day.
Okay, so yeah, you have a Biju, you have Tamari, who's good, you have Ross's, who is solid, you have Conquerors, which is not bad, and potentially Sorceries, which is really good in my opinion.
It has
So I
a
think
really
you
high
guys,
potential.
you are one of the teams that could potentially use those awakening scrolls to massive effect, especially if you put on some like healing and some speed, and you just send those puppets in at Mach 6 and then just punch people in the throat.
I think we're one of the teams that you were talking about where we know something that works every time.
Yeah.
Tamari, Gara. That's something that is pretty consistent, but people are starting to kind of find a way to counter it. And so I think that we do need to change our lineups a little bit and find new teams that are maybe they probably won't be as good. We can still use it, but I think that we need to find more synergy between our characters.
And it's not as hard as it sounds, not even really, because it's just a matter of testing people with people you haven't before, and you're kind of finding new synergy there.
Yeah, we just got to try new things.
Yeah.
And while Gara Tamari is insane sometimes, Tamari kind of just stays in there the whole time, and the match kind of drags on, and Gara is just there for the dash cut, you know?
I mean, it's super effective.
It is super effective, but it's such a war of attrition that it's
the
not fun to entertainment watch. Kind of goes down.
Yeah.
And we are an entertainment league, from what I can tell, so it's kind of important to keep that energy up.
You still want to win, though.
Well, you want to win, but
like if you're rooting for Sand at home, like seeing Sand win, regardless of how they won, feels good to you. Like
yeah. Well, I mean,
I think you guys should emphasize a win, but I also, as a team, should expand your win condition.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Tamari or Gara on their own. You should just look into other options.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Right. I agree. We have one proven strategy, and I think that we should try to find more proven strategies by throwing random characters together. You never know what's going to work. You just got to throw it on the board and see what sticks.
Who are you looking forward most to seeing come through and be used more on your team?
Sorcery and Rasa. I think they're both characters that, well, one are dead, but two,
Team dead
they
guy.
they could be used really well. And Rasa's different enough from Gara that I think that he has more offense potential. Just me personally. And then Sorcery has way more offense potential than Konkuro. Konkuro has the 2 puppets, and if he throws out that I forget the move now. I think it's called like May Rain. It's like, yeah, it's an okay jutsu, but it's not one of those that you're going to connect with, because it just throws it wherever the person was. And so it kind of leaves him with an opening, whereas I think Sorcery has more potential in the jutsu and ultimate realms.
What about you guys? What characters do you think you guys think?
I want to see Granny Chio make a return.
Fired. You're fired. You're going back to recording.
I don't like
Back
Chio.
in your
I
box.
hate Chio. Okay.
You're
By
still
the way,
fired, Tosh.
By the way, J-Man, I wouldn't be so
Yes.
attached to Sorcery. I wouldn't.
I'm just saying. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
You gotta fight him for it, man.
1v1 me on Rust, dude.
Just make a fucking Call of Duty joke.
Where do you guys think they're gonna end up? I mean, obviously, I'm pretty hopeful. I really don't want them to get any less than Jonin, but that's just me being a supporter.
I think
of my
it's
team.
literally impossible for Sam to hit Genny.
I say you guys are going to either stay in tuning or go up to Joning.
I think you guys are more often than not gonna stick to Jonin.
Okay, that's fair.
I there's so much potential there, but I just don't know. You guys are gonna focus a bit too much on getting the puppets to work when they just aren't, and that might deny you Kage. But I think you guys can get Jonin with a good level of certainty, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think they're gonna end up, Tosh? I don't think I heard you.
I said tuning or Joning.
Junin,
Makes
Jonin.
sense. All right, so moving into the Jonin division, 2 hours of speaking when I said this was going to be short. Team Taka.
Taka is scary, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
And
so.
especially
I
with
think
Burn.
Burn's scary.
Especially with Burn, they're scary.
Let's see. Burns
Let me
has
say
his up
this.
and downs with Taka.
This is a team I do not want to go against. And now I
Jugo
have
is
to deal with
literally
them.
Sonic, and it's the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah, Jugo's gonna be especially scary with all these new scrolls.
Yeah. Jugo's going to be ass beater 5000 Tron. I can't wait.
Passive.
Well, I think I'm a little bit more scared of Cotton and EMS Sasuke. Those
EMS.
two are the main two that I think I'm scared of right now.
He has the ranged ult with the arrow, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, that ult is that's insane ult.
Because since
Suigetsu is a
AI,
non-factor for me. I'm going to go out there and say it.
Suigetsu is
He's
Suigetsu.
he's a bootleg Zabuza, and that ain't saying shit.
Hey man,
I didn't
that-
realize
that
we're
fat
roasting
bar is
characters
strong.
Fat
Hey,
bar.
at least they fixed it to where now, if I'm not mistaken, Dark, correct me if I'm wrong, that Shuriken can no longer stop his ultimate.
I think that's true. He's still dead. But I think that's true.
And I think Darky's been coming up with something because his last 3 weeks
I
he came out with victories.
don't think Taka's gonna go as. They're definitely gonna drop. No way in hell they're staying, and no way in hell they're going up.
No, I think they're either going to
But I
stay in
don't-
Jonin or they're
I don't-
going up to Kage again.
No, there's no way. I don't think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go to Chunin. That's my guess. Is Chunin. And I most definitely want to see Jugo go absolutely ham on a person. Next up, we have Hidden Sound.
The best team ever in the
The
whole
worst
league
team.
in all 4
They
seasons.
have 2 Kabutis on that
I
team.
don't
How the
care
hell did you make it to Jonin?
because we're good. Okay.
Yeah, with your 2 Kabutis? Get out of here.
I can't sleep at night and trying to answer that question. How did they get here?
See, that's what I'm saying. And, and they're like middle of the road Jonin too. Like at least be bottom of Jonin. Have some self-respect and be bottom of Jonin. You know what I mean?
Hey, I had to tie with freaking Akatsuki. Okay, not my choice.
Those upper divisions, those ties were brutal.
It was. It really was.
That should have
So-
been me.
Sound, I think, received the littlest amount of buffs from the passive system.
The littlest.
Yes, somewhat.
Because of
Somewhat.
the
I
push
feel like they just didn't get a passive system.
Darky,
I mean-
can you please change the curse mark
Dude,
passive?
it's so
please?
bad. It's really bad.
I hate it. I would never use Awakening at all. I can tell you that much.
Like a whole team of lasting debuff, dog. That's a little
Right now, there's a tear
Curse
going
mark
down Or's
B1 and
face.
2. Like,
You guys are just shitting on Or's work.
Yeah, a little bit.
I can see
to
it.
be fair, he kind of
I'm-
deserves
Really
it. Like,
feel-
it moves, he-
Self-forgiven, so-
Well, I can see
This
it
is a
working
community
for.
cast, not a shit on Or cast.
Yeah.
No, wait till we get that's when we get hit to hitch and jerky. That's gonna be real.
Yeah, that's when the whole dynamic.
It's
changes.
alright, I'm used to it.
Well, let me say this at least. I know for Tuyuya, I can probably use it only because she did good on the regen build that I
Yeah, but the
gave her
thing is-
against Asuma.
You give it to
And
her, and you
everything.
have to give it to the whole team because it unlocks it.
Well, that's if she only goes it for herself and everything, but it also helps out if they go awakening too. Doesn't matter to me.
See, what I think that if you awaken by yourself, you shouldn't be able to swap to anybody else. Like, I think that
Yeah.
would eliminate a lot of the problems. Because it's still a possibility if they don't team. Like, honestly, with the new system, I mean, like last season, it was like, okay, well, if you just awaken in general, it's not usually a good time. Here, I think it's actually better to team awaken because then at least you're guaranteed to get the scroll effects on everybody.
Yeah.
Like if you just awaken by yourself, you could just have that on that one person, and they could just swap to somebody else, and you just get wasted.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
You can basically guarantee awakening stuff on.
yeah, that's true.
But there are benefits like the free pack rat and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is those? A few things, Sharingan and all that stuff. So it helps out in the long run.
yeah,
But,
and you've got what 2 chakra mat, or is the PTS Kabuto? Which one does he have? Does he have
I
proficiency or
think-
chakra mastery?
He is proficient.
mastery. I think. I have no idea.
I'll look.
Gotta check again.
PTS should have proficiency.
Well, we'll see. But
While we're filling time here, I think that sound has a lot of upward mobility. Jokes aside, I think you have a lot of upward mobility because of just how well you as a coach take care of Tayuya. The things that you do with Tayuya, I have zero
Dirty.
clue how you
Dirty.
make her work.
can't be doing those things
Like-
until you. Come on, man.
I'm done
Oh,
with you.
Jesus.
I'm done with you.
I was very confused. No, oh, like there's just I just don't. Some of the stuff you do, I don't understand, and I think you make it work, and it's great for you, and your team is
Like what?
better because of it. The way you manipulate her puppets and make her use them.
Okay, sure. I don't know what.
Oh, okay,
Like-
so I can confirm
What up?
Kabutos do have chakra mastery.
Damn, really?
Uh,
The hell for?
because
He's a master of
just
chakra.
because he was like considered a PTS, he still wasn't a child in PTS. Like he still
Yeah,
had
but, like-
great control.
He was just a basic bitch medic. Like,
I mean, not
He had that like medic blade.
Sin, he faked that he was dead in the food Kakashi and he got away. He is not a basic bitch.
He got
at least in
glasses.
terms of like how well he could control it. Like, but like Snake Cloak. Let me find him.
Snake.
that one I can understand. It's so much later that it makes sense.
Yeah, he's
Snake.
pretty seasoned by then.
Both of them have chakra mastery and strategist, so I think that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Strategist is that would work. Kabuto's very
Those
strategy-
two together.
Yeah,
Those two
His
together.
one strategy: I'm gonna dig up the graves of all your friends.
But did it
Why that
work?
shit? Yeah, it's
Kind of.
Kinda.
It worked
Yeah.
for a couple episodes.
So, yeah, I think in terms of sound, I think those two, at least when the stats are involved, they're very good because they get the great chakra buff and they also their jutsus are cheaper. So, those two get great stuff. Sasuke gets great stuff, obviously.
It's also a Sasuke.
Yeah. I mean, I would say out of all the Sasuke's, probably PTS and Heavy are the least ridiculous. But
Yeah.
still, like, I actually think Heavy is a very well balanced character. Like,
I still think he's on the tad ridiculous side of balance, but yeah.
I personally disagree because I think his combos are very well paced. They have good hitboxes. They're not broken in any way. And I mean,
I just think he's on the upper end of balance as well.
he's good. I definitely will agree that he's good, but
Oh,
out of
spam.
all the Sasuke's, I would say he's pretty middle of the road. So
Hey,
Sharingan,
spam for the
Curse
win.
Mark, Kenjutsu Master. So he's got speed. He obviously has the ultimate thing if you end up ever wanting to use that, and he's also got Relentless for free. So I mean, that
That's
Sound
sneaky,
still
too.
gets some good buffs. Like,
Oh,
with-
no. I'm not doubting that at all.
yeah,
Lasting energy is hella annoying.
I well, I mean, if you are confident that they're going to use their awakenings correctly, then it can be good because otherwise you're not going to be using it.
Yeah.
So-
Who do you guys want to see more of? Starting with Tosh because he's their coach.
I have no idea on who I want exactly. I want Kabuto to be better, but that won't
No, you
happen. Shut
Like
up.
base Kabuto?
Yeah, base Kabuto.
Okay.
Going back to season 1, season 2 type of stuff.
PTS Kabuto can get up out of here.
Because Snake Kabuto and Sasuke are great, and then
Yeah.
Tayuya is decent. She can do better.
I want to see more Tayuya, personally.
I want to see more Oro.
That too. I mean, Oro would be good too, but
Ban PTS Kabuto. Hi, Recto. Hi, kitty.
That's to you for me. I'm more heavy sauce.
Well, I can tell you that Jirobo may come, but I don't know who I may replace him with. So
I have no clue how you use Jirobo. He's so
he does have armored. Like, he's slow, but his tilt's good, his grab's good.
Unbearably slow.
Yeah. I mean, but also his shuriken are quite good too.
well, think of it like this: his
Doesn't he have like a
combos.
grab trap?
Yeah.
I distinctly remember you tearing me up a Jirobo once.
Yes.
Well, I say look at it like this: the AI doesn't really sub things that are slow to some extent. Jirobo's
That is
combos
true.
are slow enough to where he can connect with the whole thing and get, like, if he has a palm or whatever, it helps him out.
I've always been confused as to why that's the case, but yeah, it's definitely true.
It's really slow and hits hard. I think I'll sub the 1,000,000 mph chip damage.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Priorities,
so I think,
man.
I think Jirobo could be good. Obviously, I haven't really been watching if you've tested him at all.
He
I'm
does
sure
a lot
you
of
have.
private testing. That's the thing there.
Not really.
None of us.
Not anymore. But
None
well-
of us have seen the Jirobo that he speaks
Well, I will trust your judgment because it is your team. So
I don't trust him at all.
I would like to see him because I think he's an interesting character. I mean, he's got a good attack. He's got good attack, and he's also got armored. So I mean, he could potentially be really good. He's just slow.
now I may actually consider Kimimaru because I know Byrne said that he may consider him, and if Byrne is actually possibly scouting him, who knows?
Yeah. And I know the reason, so I know Burns got reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
but he also thinks Krillin's worse than Yamcha. So
Well, we don't talk about that. Okay, so Kimimaru, yeah, I mean, if you did want to pick up Kimimaru, he's got some good stuff. He has the old/sick because he is sick, so he's got a free pack rat, and he's got the relentless, which is cool.
Yeah. He's pretty
obviously,
solid.
yeah, obviously he does have a defense negative, but still, I mean, if you can get him to be really aggressive, he's got really short combos. Great jutsu, obviously.
Yeah, his ultimate's pretty solid too. His awakening is really good.
His awakening is fantastic if you can get him to use it right. But I mean,
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean, with him,
overall
it's
he's
not
solid.
as hard as it should be.
Yeah, it's solid. He's solid as a character. He just didn't do anything last season. But
Hi, baby.
I mean, yeah, Burns confident in him. I think you could take a look at him.
Definitely. But yeah, I think I'm going to get the Kage. That is my overall goal. That is my goal. I'm going back
I
there.
hope you get
That
the
is a
Genny.
ninja way.
Dark knows that's where I started. That's where I'm going to end it at.
Yeah, I also like
Does
to
that
see
mean? Does that confirm that if we feed you to Kage, you'll leave the Naruto League?
Started from the top. Now we at the bottom.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the dream. That's my dream for him.
Hey,
That was
no,
like
I'm-
season 2, though. That was season 2.
No,
Uh,
see, if we're starting at season 2, then I'm back where I was. I was in Joning. The top
Mimi
Well,
is
in
not-
terms of how well the team was doing overall, I mean,
want
season
to talk
2
about what
for
we
you
talk about
guys.
Orochimaru's disciples.
Yeah,
preseason season.
Dark. We never bring up season 2 for me.
So,
times.
but you weren't there.
Also look into more heavy sauce. Like he's really good all around to flesh out your team.
What you mean I wasn't there?
It was a joke.
Oh, he meant
It's
he
not-
said
oh,
you weren't
no.
there.
Not a good
trust-
one.
Pie, let me just let you know, I'm never dropping Heavy Sasuke or Snake Cake Kabuto. Those are my star players.
Good choice.
Nah, dude, Kabuti, get rid of him.
Yeah,
Just
definitely
wins
get rid of
Kabuto, just
Snake
don't
Cape
listen to him.
so that somebody else can pick him up.
Yeah, dude.
But all right, but let's see, where do you guys place
You
me?
love him, set him free.
I would say, I mean, I think where you're at right now, like in terms of next season, it's pretty well earned. Like, you guys got the Jonin, so I think that's really good.
I think
Kage,
you're most
right. Kage at the moment is like like I'm terrified of next season because Kage is just terrifying. So I think, but you guys got like Taka to deal with, right?
Yeah.
That's not a
Yeah,
fun
we
time.
got Taka, Akatsuki, and Uchiha.
Oh god.
That's a rough division.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a rough division.
So I mean, it can be a little
You got
harder.
auto wins versus Uchiha, but it's not saying much. What the IBM? Hello,
My dude.
the
All right.
Frost.
But yeah,
So,
so
even
I think for me, I'm still gonna say to Yuya, I would love to see more of because she is one of the most interesting movesets to me, for obvious reasons. But because of that, I'd like to see more.
I don't know where I rank you. Probably still joining again. As much as I want to see you fulfill your dream,
I think you could semi
Well,
easily get
maybe-
Johnny, but
maybe
it's
even one more
potentially-
down.
Yeah, I could see them hitting Chuni.
I mean, if Sound gets to Yuya working, if they get Orochimaru doing work, I could see Kage. I really could.
I
Because
could not actually. I think there's too many threats to be in Kage.
I mean, it depends. It depends on who's going. I mean, it's hard to say in total, but like
Yeah, this is all like again. Like,
Kage teams could end up eating each other alive. And then
Not
all have
even-
trash records. Like
not even just Kage. Like Kage, yeah, they're all threats, but so is honestly Team Guy and Team Sage. I both believe have Kage potential almost easily.
yeah, I can
Guy
see that.
specifically has a ton of potential to just
You're telling me
tilt their way to Kage.
I'm triggered. I'm still triggered over season 3, but that's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I
It's
definitely
like
know
that
that they
Gatorade
have
commercial.
potential.
Be on the other side of one of the greatest upsets in sports history.
Jeez. Yeah. But is that all we have to say for Sound for now, or is there anything else we want to add?
I think they suck.
Oh
Akatsuki.
yeah, hey, Darky. Also, hint, my little comment. Take a look.
Who does?
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
What are you talking about? Chat now? This is how we do.
Yeah, no, Chad. Yeah,
Akatsuki's
I'm
up.
messing
You
now.
guys can't see it.
Akatsuki, I think, is guaranteed Kage because they are gonna drop this sick mixtape. It's gonna blow up the entire Earth.
Yeah, I want Akatsuki to go down. I'm sorry. Bye.
My dude,
I love you, man. But I
Sid
want
is
them to
waiting
go
for
down.
that mixtape.
Dude, it's that I got a demo reel of it. This shit is fire. I'm so happy.
My dude.
They came out. The first dude on the track was Itachi. He just stares at you, and you cry in fetal position.
And
It was
then all
like-
of a sudden he's filled with
Does he
fire.
come in and kill your parents too?
Too soon.
Damn, son, I don't have any parents. It's fucked up.
I think Akatsuki has
Your whole
a
clan?
lot of, obviously a lot of potential. A lot of the Akatsuki characters are really good. They do not have Itachi, unfortunately. They do not have Kisame, unfortunately. But the characters
Boy.
they do have are good.
But you have to remember, I went,
Miscontested
we
the hell
went
out
into
of them.
this season without those two, and those were our big guns the season before, and people
That's
were
true.
expecting utter defeat
Yes.
for Akatsuki, but I managed to stay a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say where you ended up was pretty good, considering
And they can
I
get
think-
test again, right? For Kisame and Itachi.
if those teams give them up. But
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they would. Well, I could see maybe Miss giving up Kisame. They could
Yeah, I
pick
could
him
see.
up. But, like, I can't see Uchiha letting go
Edo's a
of Itachi.
friggin' wild card. Literally anything could happen.
That's true. He kind of just does what he wants.
Like
He was a damn troublemaker back in the day, I swear to God. He has so many warnings.
That's not either
Sorry.
here or there.
No, it's here. Trust me.
Okay.
the dude's a wild
Okay, it's a
card.
community cast, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not afraid to test any builds, no matter what the week is. It could be the most important week of my life, and I'm
I'm looking forward to that team
on
ult.
you.
The 2-minute team.
I don't
ult.
know whether to feel respected or disrespected on that one.
Or what? The Conan?
No, or you just like test builds versus
Oh yeah,
It-
I wasn't
it's week
expecting
like-
that
it's
Conan
week like
build to work
6.
on you.
test builds. Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
and I don't want to see that long as Team Ultimate again. I
You
want to see
can't
it.
talk about how long that is.
Yeah,
You understand that you can't talk how long that is? You made it longer.
I'm just sipping on tea whenever I see that ultimate.
I didn't do anything.
You
I didn't make
know
anything
damn
longer.
well you did it.
look,
You made us.
I'm
me
not gonna
and
lie.
Ramon Are not the same.
I'm just sipping on my tea.
I'm not gonna lie. I could probably run to the bathroom and come back before that thing's done.
It's so
See, it's a
long.
perfect
for
intermission.
commentary.
Yeah,
Dude,
Exactly.
Itachi, I had to stare at Itachi's eyes for like 30 seconds.
It
His
was
string on
not.
everything.
It was not for that long.
Go back to the video. It's still there. Look at the distress in my voice.
I'm just
Anyway,
saying,
It
it's
was, it
great.
was like 10 seconds. Okay.
Dude, it was too long.
Anyway,
The ult comes on, we all go get a snack, and then we come back and we go back to the match. It's perfect.
Oh my god.
So the reason I was saying that about Edo earlier is you're right, Sid. Like he could. I don't think he would drop Itachi, but
No,
mean,
I think
hey,
he's smarter than that, but he's definitely a wild card.
Yeah. So I think I don't know. Like
I mean, Pie Guy is too. To be fair, Pie Guy's also super weird.
Akatsuki, for how rough I think their season started, I think they did pretty well for themselves.
I honestly think they're one of the stronger teams right now.
Yeah.
And if anyone gives up a member of their, if they snipe Sasori or they snipe
Please no.
Kisame, like they have a lot of people they could just gobble up and get better with.
I mean, I got really impressed with Kona later in the season.
oh my god, yeah.
I did not.
I still am really. I don't know what to think about Kakuzu. I still think he can be really good, but at the same time, I'm like, he's also had some kind of trash performances, so I don't really know. Like, and Payne, obviously, he's pretty good. I mean,
You are
he's-
so loud today, Rectal. Hi.
you can count on him to at least pull out a decent, solid performance. And I think, in terms of Akatsuki, like they can definitely rise up. They're gonna have some real competition in Jonin though, and I think that's the big thing.
There's
if
a
they were in a
huge-
lower division, I think they would have a great chance of getting to like Hog.
There's a huge chance that they just get really unlucky in their divisionals and don't move up because of it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
No, I think Hidan. dropped
I do
Hidan.
think they are the strongest
Hidan.
the strongest team in that division though. I'm gonna throw that one out there.
Hidan has some weird moves.
I think Hidan, as of right now, I think Hidan is your weakest link out of all your characters, I think, to be honest.
I mean, yeah. It's just because he doesn't like.
He's a
perform.
character that like repeatedly kills himself. He's a hero to memers everywhere.
I mean, yeah. The thing is with Hidan is that I know he's got the potential to be like one of the best melee fighters. Like,
I mean, he
without a
killed
doubt.
Asuma, so
He's got great speed for how much damage his combos have, how much reach they have, and I think that if he were to get more aggressive, he could just dish out damage like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But right now, I would agree that he's the weak link, but I will say that he's probably not a lost cause.
he's the weak link of a strong team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important to know. Yeah.
So it's like the weakest link, maybe like one of the medium to stronger links on a different team. But on this one, when they have such great characters and great characters that they could get, you know, leaves a lot of room for.
Not to mention great characters that they could get that other people are testing for.
I want to see more of Nagato.
I don't.
I know you don't, but I do because it's hilarious.
I really don't.
I actually think Nagato. I mean, he can function as more than just like an ultimate spammer.
Oh, trust me, I did that.
Yeah, I know.
I put a lot of melee builds on Naruto.
He's got great melee.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
he is.
definitely.
I think his melee is actually a little bit underappreciated. Kappa, kappa, kappa,
I really
kappa.
want the panda to be the default combo ender.
No, but definitely, like last season, Nagato did well for me. Was it last season when I picked him up
Season
as
3.
FA?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 3. Yeah, he did great, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Now he's taken away from me, so yeah.
I've taken away from a lot of people.
You better
Yeah,
not
but
take
you also
Sasori away
got-
from me.
You still got 2 big things taken away from you, so I mean, hey.
For the meme that I really want to skip Uchiha.
And then we're
No.
forgetting the one important piece of the puzzle is Mr. Toby himself, the Mr. Good Boy.
Mr. Toby, yeah,
Good.
that's true.
Toby.
The one problem was if he doesn't get the first combo starter, he's gonna do some crazy hand playing.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
oh,
a
I
big
think
thing
with
for him.
He's a
Body
winner.
Flicker and Flying Thunder God and things of that nature, it's
And
gonna be
Pie.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
Hi, by the way, you brought up an excellent point in chat. Mecha Naruto for both of us.
You're not getting him.
No,
Yeah,
my
no,
bad.
I
no,
can get him.
just
For-
stop it.
If you want to talk about predictions, I could get like anything here. Probably there's a big chance it might not happen. But if you want guarantees, the Akatsuki will get Mecha Naruto, and we will see him.
Oh, sure. If I have
My team.
if I had anything to say about it, but sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
pretty
definitely an
sausage.
interesting thing to throw in there that they would have access to him, but I don't know, man. I might have to mute my game.
Dude, he's so loud. It's like me
Mechanized
times 4.
Mecha Naruto is
Swear
not.
God,
He swear to God, he says Dokkan.
I
Like
want the
4
AI
times.
to react to.
Dark, you're making it worse than what it seems like. It's not
No.
that bad.
It is.
What are you talking about?
Mecha Naruto is not that bad.
Dude, his audio is like 30% louder than the rest of the game. You could mute your game and your TV and he comes through, Mega Naruto!
See, I can actually deal with it. You guys can't. You don't have
Oh,
any
there you go.
tolerance.
That's why you
I have
should
sensitive hearing. He comes through and I cry every time.
When you go to sleep, you just hear his voice.
Probably after the season.
It's really annoying. It sucks. But
Alright,
like,
I should get it just cause.
He's like
Yeah,
he's
I
like
mean-
everything janky about Jugo's animations mixed with everything janky about Naruto's is that Rasengan.
I mean,
No,
look,
yeah, no, but legit, it's actually pretty good. That Rasengan is good
it
overall.
is.
No, it's a great Rasengan. Yeah.
So I think
His tilt's good too.
since he's such a meme, people hate him. He has to be in. Like somebody's got to take him.
Dude,
I don't care if it's
like-
Sound or Kotsky or if he's a free agent. Somebody's got to take him.
so since he's Asuma's son, can we claim him?
He is
We're
not.
the Dream Meme Team
What
5000?
the fuck? Is he really?
No.
I don't know at this rate. I mean, he's
No,
so many
he's
things.
not. No,
Sin could be telling the
Dark,
truth right now. I wouldn't even know.
No, dark. No, he is actually Orochimaru's son and his creation. Akatsuki took him and put him under Genjutsu somehow, and then he
Listen,
became a product of Akatsuki, and then he
he
Does
was
Genjutsu
a
self-destructed.
work
butler
when
in
you're a
service.
robot?
What is the story?
Awesome.
Shit. This is fucking stupid. Anyway, let's move on.
I will send you the
Yeah.
episode if
Uchiha
you want.
clan.
I'm
Man,
hoping for a Jonin Con.
I am no longer permitting you to talk about this anymore. Let's move on.
Uchiha clan. Someone who can't get back on Naruto, hopefully. I goddamn hate them.
Dude, okay, real quick. Mecha Naruto is like Ichigo. He's everything. Like, you can stick him in anywhere. He's got those
He's got fucking
bloodline
Quincy powers.
connections,
Why?
dude. Yeah.
God, please. It
Mecha
killed its own
Naruto for
canon.
Uchiha
Oh my-
2019.
You know what?
Okay.
I would be
let's-
so happy if you
And I think
could
that's like-
force
let's-
Mecha Naruto on Uchiha,
I
please.
think that's like the premise of my whole team is just all around. Just I don't really have one character for a set one thing. I'm just okay and just a general everything.
I mean, that's fine. That works. Like,
Yeah.
if you can get
I don't have a designated old spammer or
if you
designated.
get those good all-rounders,
Rangers.
like that still works great.
So moving on to Uchiha clan.
Okay, speed, and more speed.
Yeah, they're fast, they're broken, and they're long and far the best characters in the game. And yet they're in Jonin. You know why they're in Jonin? I'm going to say it right now. It's because the league doesn't function like the game does. And that's not fair to them. And I think they should get nerfed across the board because I hate them.
Well, we can't really justify nerfing them just yet. I mean,
Listen,
we already nerfed Itachi. Like, look, they would be in Kage right now if he had access to Ultimate Tilt. They just would be.
Crow tilt for life.
Yes.
Everyone who crow tilts deserves to just get punched.
Look, I know there might be people who disagree with me on that, but I do not.
Crow
And,
tilt is straight broken.
I think
No,
it's
it
really
is.
good.
It is.
I mean, they've made it worse. Like, it's not as good as it was in Storm 2 and Storm 3, but it's still amazing. It's definitely got more frames where he's vulnerable when he starts it up. It's not as fast as it used to be, but it's still amazing. And definitely that damage he was putting out with just one of those when he had Ultimate Tilt on in testing was insane. Like, it was like the damage that Third Raikage does with his tilts on Ultimate Tilt. Every single time.
I
he
feel
did
like
it.
this team, Kage.
Yeah. So just now.
This team is so strong that I'm shocked they're in Jonin.
I mean, yeah, but then when you look at the Kage teams, I mean, it kind of makes sense.
It was all
Like,
that first
No, I'm gonna
trimester.
straight up put it out there. Asuma, Kurenai, Minato. I think they're all. I'm on Asuma. I think they're all weaker, just on average per character than Uchiha is.
If you wanna
They may
reason-
be weaker characters, but their builds and how you play them can really affect. Plus, the
So you're saying Edo's a
schedule.
shitter, and that's why they're in Jonin.
no, I'm not saying he's Jesus, man. Come on.
You want to know?
I'm
why they're in
saying.
As a former Uchiha member, I can tell you
Ugh.
is that last season that 5-0 preseason was like went so well they
Yeah.
rested on their laurels. So in the
I
starting
think
of
that was,
trimester,
Oh,
they
okay.
just like took it probably too easy. Like, oh, we figured everything out, and then just gone in.
just gonna destroy. They had a really rough.
But then they
Alright.
after that first trimester, they realized.
I think
hey,
I
we need
think
to
my
test more
brother's
stuff,
cat likes
and then that's when
Uchiha.
they came
She's
back.
me mugging me really hard right now.
I think that is why they ended up in Jonin, because they had such a really weak first trimester. They got demolished almost
Didn't
every
they have
week.
a really bad track record against divisionals as well?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, that killed them a lot.
Taka swept them the first divisional. So
There to go, Burn. So
I
proud
think
of
the
you.
only divisional they won was against us, which of course they did. So yeah, I think they lost the other two. So that didn't really help them out either in terms of just divisional placement. But they're right up there in Jonin, so I mean it's not like they're far.
I reviewed Uchiha's builds at some point because I was talking smack to Edo via PMs.
of course.
Yeah, as you know, daily occurrence. So their builds aren't bad, but they're definitely not the builds that I think are standard in Kage and Jonin. Like if you go to Genin, you can pretty much trace Genin to sort of bad builds and maybe some bad AI. You can kind of make connections all over the place in Genin and Chunin there. But in Jonin and Kage, there's a higher expectation for like this team probably has good builds.
I would agree.
And I think that there are some exceptions, right? Because Mist had great builds, but the AI just was wonky.
Yeah. I think for Uchiha, I can agree with that. I think some of the builds could be kind of uninspired sometimes. There's just like, okay, well, this general build should probably work on this guy. And that didn't always work.
Grades?
So, yes.
Because you're fucking Uchiha. Like, you're already faster than everybody.
The speed upgrade should be very helpful to them.
I think it's more insignificant than it would be to someone.
It is.
They're just faster.
It's really not that big of a deal. But at the same time, like they already have Shisui, who is really fast.
Yeah, and they put speed on him. I was like, why?
Yeah. Well, I am not positive. Shisui's already a faster than normal character. I don't think he'll be modified at all in terms of speed. I could be wrong. I'll have to look back at the things that I already made changes to. Let me see.
But while you're looking for that, Sarada during preseason, UCS all over the place. And
oh my
once
god!
It was banned. They just couldn't figure out a build for her. They just.
Hey, question, Dark. The new Sarada, her like with the new ultimate and everything, is she still banned from like UCS if they use that one, or
it shouldn't be because it's a melee ult, so it shouldn't be banned.
I mean, Fuz is a melee ult.
Wow, why do you think I brought up the whole ultimate +2 and UCS thing not being a thing?
Yeah,
it's primarily because of Fu and other characters that were able to abuse it.
Kakashi, probably.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like I want to see more unmasked Obito from Uchiha. They haven't really.
Masked
it was only
Man.
until like the last trimester that they really used unmasked Obito.
I don't really care for Masked Man. Yeah, I gotta. Unmasked Obito was pretty good. I would say that much in testing and all. So.
I agree. Let me pull this up so I can just check on Shisui real quick.
I was fairly certain they put FTG on Shisui a few times.
They did, yeah.
I just think it's a huge waste. Even back then, whatever was a little bit less.
Okay, so I can confirm that his movement speed is a little faster, like his normal movement speed is a little faster. His dash speed, it actually got nerfed with the new patch.
Did it?
Yes, so it is slower normally than it was before, but he's still a fast character.
Was that patch before the end of our season?
It was after.
Well then, yeah.
It was the RTB patch. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
RTB
considerable.
Quite a few she has though.
Yeah.
Because
so
they attempted balance.
I think that I think Uchiha will be. I mean, still have great characters and all. I think that putting them all on the same level of speed is great because now all of their like movement speed is equal to Shisui's. Like their normal movement speed, not their dash. Because Shisui just has the body flicker like equivalent, and so now all of them will. So that's really cool. I think that in the grand scheme of things, if they don't have the extended like movement on the first hit, it's not as big of a deal. But just being able to move a little faster can help dodge stuff. So, I mean, it's for every character on their team, so it's still pretty good.
Yeah, their passive is really strong.
Yeah. So, I would like to see Great Ninja Wartobi make a comeback. I really would.
Masked Man.
Masked Man could be awesome too, but I miss that troll tilt, dude. That was so fun.
I want to see PTS Sasuke.
And he had a good support too.
Yeah. PTS Sasuke could be really cool.
They did a test with PTS Sasuke, And I want to stress that it's out of context. It was one versus two.
Right.
So solo PTS Sasuke respectively did 1 cap and 2 caps versus Itachi Shisui.
Wow, that's not bad.
That's nuts, dude. He took their best combo and 1 and 2 stacked them. 1 and 2 stacked them. So it's or handicap, sorry. So that's really good. Just on his own. He showed a lot of progress right there. And I think that's why I said earlier I heavily think that they're going to pick him up. I don't think Kakashi's going to have a chance.
I don't really know why they weren't trying to use him to begin with last season. I know there were some people on the team who were really adamant against not using him.
I think it was Edo in specific who said he just didn't want to use him.
Wait, use who?
PTS Sasuke.
No, that was Aries or something like that.
Oasis, I think.
Oasis, yeah.
It's one of the 2 who are still on it, I think. I just thought it was Edo.
No,
everything bad in the world is Edo's
me and
fault.
Vegeta didn't pick him since like the beginning of that first season.
Oh man, that makes me. I miss Vegeta.
Yeah, I cried when
Oh
I cried.
God.
Same.
But yeah,
So
he just didn't do as well as he did last season. So we decided on Mexico.
Well, he had life stuff going. Yeah, he's just like.
Where do you guys think Uchiha's gonna go?
Kage.
I think that they probably will never fall below Jonin.
Yep.
I could be wrong on that, but I feel like I don't think they've ever been in anything but Jonin or Kage.
I also predict they're going to get the bye for playoffs. As much confidence I have in myself and Tosh and Burn, I think they might get the bye since they're historically known to get all the bye for playoffs most of the time.
Except for last season. Yeah,
I was an Uchiha. Oh.
Right. I think they're. I mean, there's not really too much that needs to be said. They're a great, very powerful team, and like I said, I highly doubt they'll ever drop below Jonin. And I think they've only ever been in Jonin or Kage, because I think season 1 they were Jonin, season 2 they were Kage, season 3 I don't remember, they might have been Jonin. And season 4 they were Kage, and now they're Jonin again. So no matter what game we're on, what season we're in, they've never been below Jonin.
Because they're a broken set of characters.
Yeah,
but also they never passed the, I believe it was semifinals of playoffs.
That's true. I mean, playoffs is a different beast.
Yeah,
like
that's like their one curse that they have never.
Playoffs is annoying.
Yeah,
maybe.
I want to do it so bad.
As good as their base characters are, you can only get so far on base character talent, and so I think it comes down to a lot of what they can build later in the season.
Definitely. I'm really interested in.
I would agree with you normally. Like Cloud has kind of strong characters, but the Uchiha character strength is just a different level.
Well, Uchiha's got options. Like, we never really know what they're going to do because they have so many options for characters that they have. And a lot of those characters aren't necessarily shared with other teams. See, the thing, I'm going to just jump into this, I'm going to jump the gun a little bit. Jinchuriki has a really large master list, but so many of those characters are shared with other teams that it's really hard to actually count on getting anybody else. But Uchiha is a little different. The only teams I can really think that they'd share characters with is Kakashi.
Yeah. Maybe Minato if you're looking
maybe Minato for the
They bully Kakashi for
but that's it.
contention.
Yeah, and that's it. Other than that, all their characters, like, they have a large
They
pool.
share like one person with multiple people. That's
yeah. They have a large
they share
pool.
one person with Akatsuki, one person with Minato, and
and most
3
of that
people with
pool
Kakashi.
is just like only accessible to them. So I think that literally they could pull out almost anything. Like, they could change their entire roster next season. They really could,
and still just be giant.
Probably. I mean, I'm really interested to see what the new Sarada can do if they want to get her. PDS Sasuke would be awesome as well. I want the last Sasuke to be good,
I don't.
but I just don't think he is.
He just loves that too.
Yeah. So I mean, Uchiha has, considering they have even more options now, I think that they can go to Kage easily. Maybe not easily, but I would say that it's very likely that they could.
I think they could easily get tied up in the division and just lose.
Yeah.
And with people like Team Guy, Age, Team Stone just floating around below them, there's a high chance they lose a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Because they're not like as shit talk as we be as how strong they are. They're not unkillable at all. Not even fucking.
Didn't
close.
Stone actually like rock Uchiha last season?
They did.
Yeah, they
like
destroyed
massively.
Them. So I mean, they're not an invincible team. We don't. That's
Not
the
even
one thing I love about this is like, I had some doubts moving in season 4, but I will say we don't have any invincible teams, and I'm very happy about that.
Like Uchiha, for all their strengths, gets their fair share.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they are in Jonin right now. They're not in Kage, so
yeah,
clearly they were beaten.
some
Yeah, very true. But yeah, I mean,
said
Uchiha's strong.
that about close.
They always have been.
Uchiha's strong. They're pretty much guaranteed Jonin.
So yeah,
It's or Kage. And speaking of Kage, we're gonna move right into that shit because I'm tired of talking about Uchiha. We're gonna do Team Asuma, season champions.
I wonder who has a lot to say about this.
Ironically, it's not me. They're a pretty melee-oriented team.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of our best characters are melee, and we have support type jutsu. I almost said B2 jutsu user.
Yeah.
But she generally does it from close range, so it's still mostly melee.
True. I would say Ino is like. Who do you think strongest on Asuma right now?
Definitely Asuma.
Asuma himself. I'm gonna say Ino. I'm just gonna say Ino because she has been the most consistent.
I would agree with you if Asuma wasn't damn near a necessity on every lineup.
That's true. Asuma is very, very.
He
strong.
is the core of our team.
Yeah.
He not only is really strong. We don't put him on every lineup because he's strong. No, it's because he mixes well with literally everyone on the team.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with putting him somewhere.
Like,
he usually pitches in just fine.
And you would think with his kit, he'd not be. His melee is very short distance. His grab is literally ass touch close. He pulls them both off perfectly.
I mean, the grab isn't as bad as some characters, but it's still pretty close range. Like, have you seen PTS Neji's grab?
I use PTS Neji, yes.
So you know his grab is ass.
Yeah, I just don't even click it. I don't even click it.
So yeah, I mean, it could be worse, but that grab is still pretty close range. Like,
yeah.
I think,
but it's like one of the better grabs in the league, in my opinion.
It's fast.
Gets it off all the time.
It's a fast grab.
He uses it so intelligently.
Yeah. So I think for me, I'm gonna say Ino, but I can see you're like completely why you would say Asuma.
I do agree that Ino is incredibly strong, and I think that our team is getting stronger as the offseason progresses. Yeah. And this update to the scroll list basically benefits us as much as possible.
Yeah, because it's a lot of melee stuff.
It's a lot of melee shit, and we made it to Kage with melee.
Yeah, exactly.
Which,
but then again, I mean, you got to
for people who are less experienced, melee was definitely the underdog last season.
Yeah, I would say Asuma was definitely one of those teams that was like very like it was an outlier last season in that it was mainly melee, and they still did well.
Extremely well. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they won the championship, so
playoffs aside, we got in the Kage. Well, like that's
that too.
Getting in Kage in and of itself is a title that says I did what my team did best, better than everyone else.
It is a feat, yeah, to get there. And so, what do you guys? It's just mainly Benson and I talking the whole time. I know Pi is away for the moment, but Toshiro and J-Man, who do you think's strongest on Asuma right now?
I think Ino. So
for the same reasons as me.
Way to be a contrarian there.
Well, I mean, it's I honestly, I think those two are definitely the front runners on Asuma right now.
For sure.
What about you, Jai?
Shikamaru. I'm just kidding.
Which version? Which version? No, because I can give you like a sharp reason why that's fine.
Shippuden.
Have you seen
Also
her
kidding.
tests? They're pretty
No,
good. He's pretty
I mean, I'm just saying, Ino has that support that she throws out a lot, but I see what you're saying about Asuma being the core of the team, and I was thinking Flower Bomb every single time you said it. But when you're making a team, the core is really the most important part, because if their team doesn't work well without him, then no matter how good Ino is, if she can't perform well without Asuma in her comp, then it kind of falls apart.
But that's the thing is, no one needs Asuma to do well on our squad. Asuma just complements
He
everyone
just
else.
always helps.
Right.
Yeah.
There are some teams that had a lot of issues with that.
Like Sand has
Sand,
a massive issue with that.
I would say Hokage has a big issue with that.
Even to an extent, Uchiha as well has a pairing.
I'll even say Jinchuriki has a problem with that, because if you look back at my lineups, there are very specific lineups that I'm using every week.
Yeah.
And it's for a reason, because there are certain things that always worked better than others. Of course, that all apparently broke late season, but you get the point. Like, for the majority of the season, that stuff was working, and I never really had to deviate from it unless I was trying to counter something. But I think that is a really good aspect to a character, that you can literally just stick them anywhere and they will only benefit the team.
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of Asuma's matches, and I don't remember a ton of like jutsu getting thrown out, but I remember like watching it and they'd win, and I'd be like, oh wow, was that just all melee? Because that is really one of their strong points, and it's so different than every other team, because a lot of teams focus on their jutsu or ultimate spam, So.
Yeah, and because of that, you don't always see all the damage come out at once. Like,
And
Right.
speaking of ultimates, sneakily enough, Asuma got a fair share of ultimates.
he did. Yeah, he likes using them, which is interesting to me. And it's actually not bad. I think with his free relentless that he's now going to have, that'll be even better. He might be breaking guards with that ult.
Yeah, he's a solid dude.
Yeah. So, where do you think you guys are going to end up next season, Sin?
I can almost guarantee you we're going to stick in Kage.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys?
I know it's been a journey to get to Kage, but I think Order could definitely back this up. It's one thing to get to Kage, but it's another thing to stay in Kage.
Yes, it is a completely different thing to stay in Kage. It's really hard. I know it might not seem that way because I'm the coach, the captain of Jinchuriki or whatever. It is not easy. If you could see the amount of planning that I put into, not even just me, myself, I fell off later in the season because I just had stuff happen. Gulmel is like a fantastic supporter. And for those of you who don't know, may not remember who he is. He was with me on the Mist and Cloud match. So yeah,
he's the
that
Fingaroo guy.
Yes, Fingaroo. So he has been my supporter since season 2, and he's been fantastic always.
You have an OP squad on your team, just behind the scenes.
Well, that's the reason. That's the entire reason we've been able to stay in Kage.
Didn't he run Kakashi for a bit?
He did, yes. For the majority of like the late season.
See, he did so good. You trusted
him. And Gur were, yeah. So, and I'm not even gonna get started on how much stuff Burn puts into how much he plays.
I don't even want to look at those.
Burn is insane. Let's just say I was on a team with that man in DBZ League. He would routinely write paragraphs upon paragraphs every single week.
He's meticulous.
And he makes spreadsheets.
He knows what he's doing. And I think Asuma, with the people that they have on the team, if they commit enough to making sure that they stay, because this is the first time Asuma's ever been in Kage. They've been in Jonin and Chunin every other season. But first time in Kage for them. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do if they can stay there.
Well, the thing is, with the reason why I say we're going to stay in stay in Kage guaranteed, is that we have a similar background that you guys have, where we have some really smart. We have FCD. We have, of course, we have Anthony, and we have me, and now we have Chaos. That's 4 people.
Wow, how humble.
Who are notorious builders, just spearheading one team. Literally, this entire scroll update buffed the shit out of us.
I will take a moment to shit on Anthony
take
because I
4
always
of you
take
to
those
get to Kage.
opportunities.
No, yeah. You don't get
Anthony,
those often.
I think Anthony's issue as a builder is that sometimes he can be very I'm not gonna say too much, but sometimes he can be very
He's fucking medieval.
Memer.
I think he's a memer, of course. I think he can be very stubborn when it comes to certain builds on certain characters. Like he just straight up would be like, I don't want to use this on this guy.
At the same time, so is Kyle, and Kyle is a renowned builder. And I think that's to their advantage, but I am not that. And I think I do a really good job. But if you go into my chat, I temper Anthony really hard when it was like, I want to see this happen. And he says no, and I said, well, here's my logic on it. If you appeal to Anthony logically, he will listen to you.
Yeah, he will.
As in his own by himself, I think Anthony would fall prey to getting countered. But on the team with me, FCD, himself, and Chaos, I think there's a lot of brain power putting forth the effort to keep us in Kage. On top of the scrolls, on top of our characters, on top of the passive system. I think we got some of the best passives across the board. We got an armored character, we got a chakra mastery character, we got a taijutsu character, we got 2 tacticians.
Don't forget Asuma has chakra proficiency.
Exactly.
So
and with the increase in scroll point totals, that's going to help us a lot as well. It helps every other team as well. But that's a boon to us because we can put on and the free limiter buffs the hell out of us as well, because we're gonna guarantee to make use of that
for sure.
I think that there's a lot of things going for us going into this season that makes it easier for us to stay in than say Kurenai.
I am very interested to see what ends up happening with Asuma because there is a lot of flexibility you will need to have to stay in Kage.
See, this is why you're not a captain. Me and Taj try to stay humble with our teams. You're just
Yeah, I was about to
well,
say.
to be fair, my team buffed out of hell.
Hey,
my team
Pi.
got buffed out of hell. You see my passive?
Pi guy.
We also have to consider that
I go to a mastery.
that
Kobe with Sharingan. Oh my god.
You have to consider, Sen, also that yes, Asuma got buffed a lot by the passives, but so have all the other teams. A lot of them being in Kage as well. So I think yes, you will benefit from it, but at the same time, everyone else is going to be too. And I think that's always been a big theme with Naruto League is that you can never get comfortable. Those other teams will always catch up. Always. You can always count on that. Yes, exactly. Toshiro, what
I pointed out 2 teams in Genin that have Kage potential.
Yeah.
Like that's important to know that I'm not without praising other teams. Like I'm full for other teams. I just think that specifically the team that has the easiest chance of staying in Kage, the easiest chance is Asuma or Jinchuriki. Because Jinchuriki has a strong backbone, and Asuma has a similar backbone. Jinchuriki got buffed a ton.
And what does that make me? What does that make my team?
You're not in Kage.
I don't care, but what
Also,
about
I
me?
told you were probably going to move up or stay there. I doubt you're going to go down. Actually, you might go down because Taka is in your shit, as is Akatsuki. Yeah, you're probably going to move down.
Damn. Toshiro, did you have a question for Pi? I was just imagining that.
Oh no, I don't think so.
No one wants to talk to Pi.
So any more thoughts?
Don't drop the soap in Kage division because I'm going to take that spot from you. I
Any
should
more
have taken it
thoughts on
before, but if I
Asuma,
didn't take
guys?
that one loss, you guys would have been.
Yeah, you're gonna take
My
that L
spot.
again this season. I'm about to for all your entire division. Get wrecked.
I'm about to repeat last season.
I just wanted to say I think that they can definitely stay in Kage and probably maybe go above Kurenai, but if they're not careful, they can easily go down because Kage is such a hard division to stay in.
Yeah.
There's so many strong teams. You guys really got to stay on your toes.
Yeah, that will definitely
Kurenai presents a problem information-wise because Buzz is such a unique individual.
Right.
Buzz is smart and insane, and that's an incredibly dangerous combo.
And Buzz is willing to mix shit up. Like,
that's the insane part.
He will do different
He will
shit
wild
just
on you.
because.
He brought Shino from the grounds of ashes to a phoenix. Who was Shino before last season?
Yeah.
Who the fuck was PTS Shino ever?
Who is Shino?
Don't do that to me.
It was a joke. They always forget him in the show.
He's a bugophile, pretty sure.
Bugophile. But yeah, I mean, PTS Shino, I don't think anybody ever had well, yeah, in Storm 3, he wasn't even an option. This was his first season, and he was great. So, I mean, yeah.
I kind of want to move off my team because you're all shitting on me now. But
my prediction for Asuma,
we didn't do.
if Sin leaves Asuma, they could stay in Kage, but if he's still there,
fine, I'll go to Minato and bring him down to Genny.
Definitely be
together. Yeah, go my own.
Hey, be my guest.
But as much as I should tuck you, you still have a good chance to stay in Kage. But like I said, me and Tosh are gonna pants you and.
Tosh is not
nasty
gonna...
things.
I can see Taka. I wasn't here for the Taka part.
I can see Taka
moving
putting
back.
down blast.
I can see Taka going back into Kage, honestly.
I also said they were going to move to Chunin, probably. Yeah. Just because
I see I did the most planning against Taka than any other team.
Their team didn't get as many buffs as they rightfully should have, except for on Jugo. He got a ton of buffs.
I'm not going to talk about it. I don't really think they needed him. I think they can go back to Kage, honestly. If I am thinking what Bird's going to do, what I'm thinking he's going to do. So I'll just say that. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to more Kage teams. I guess.
Moving on to Team Kurenai. You know, I'm just gonna point out you guys didn't say who you wanted to see more of. I'm just gonna skip this. Team Kurenai.
I'd like to see more of Shikamaru.
Don't we all?
Yeah, definitely Shikamaru.
Oh, you guys are all
more Choji.
You guys almost love B. I've been pushing the hell out of him in our testing, so enjoy it.
I want to see more Choji tilts.
You're done. This show, you're never gonna work in this industry again.
I'm gonna rename Choji's tilt to Choji Wilds Out, because that's what it is. He just runs on a straight line. He's just going crazy. So,
World Star.
Is it going on World Star?
Can we mod that sound effect in?
Yes. World Star. Kurenai.
World Star.
We talked a little bit about Kurenai, so that's a good segue.
I'm so happy that they dropped but I think they have to go back to, but they've dropped the Hinata obsession from the previous.
Are you sure about that? Let me just.
Not in terms of Hinata herself, but in terms of putting her on.
I straight up think Kurenai might go back to June. Might go back to Chunin. I think they're gonna get blown back
since they put their focus more on Shino and Kiba. They've been doing a lot better.
I'm gonna insert some knowledge here. All right. I completely disagree. I think Buzz's Hinata obsession is in full force. I really do. He's been talking about. I'm not gonna say too much, but he's been talking about. He's like, I might want to pick BTS Hinata up again.
No, Buzz, no.
And I'm like, fam, you like Hinata too much. You like Hinata too much. Don't give up. Don't give up. So I honestly, I think I openly disagreed with that when he told me about that, but he is going to do what he's going to do, and I think if he does that, it might be a little hard for him to stay in Kage.
I think he's the wildest wild card we've seen literally every 2 seconds here.
Yeah.
I really like watching Kiba. I think Kiba's a crazy fighter.
Kiba's fun to watch. More so now. I always hated the hell out of Kiba in the
anime.
In the game in general.
Yeah, I can't stand
season 2 and season 3. I fucking despise Kiba, but I think in Storm 4 he's a lot more balanced. So I have a lot more fun. watching him. I don't really care for him either as a character, but like
As a character, no, but as a fighter,
yeah, he's fun to watch at least.
Yeah, he's an
Like,
all-rounder. He'll hit you with everything, combos.
yeah.
tilts,
I see
ultimates.
PTS Kiba as an alt spammer, and I can't stand it. It's a really boring alt with a really boring animation. It's just it hits me.
PTS Kiba.
Yeah,
I think PTS Kiba's got more interesting moveset.
his little friggin' date rape ball.
100% more interesting than Shippuden, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The alts on that team just straight suck. Just none of them look good.
A lot of them are Storm 2 ults, so that's why. I honestly think PTS Kiba and PTS Shino have the most like good looking ultimates on the team, which is funny because they're both Storm 1.
They're
But
both really bad.
And Chino's is
Yeah.
literally just a ball of bugs. Just by
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like really
That says a
dog.
lot.
So I think Kurenai, I don't know what they're gonna do for a free agent. I know that free agents last season was a big thing for their strategy. They used
Yeah,
Gara
I don't
a
think
lot.
any Gara's gonna be on the table for FA this season.
No. And I can confirm now that 5 Kage Summit Gara is out. He will not be an option anymore.
Is he banned? Why?
What was the?
I found out there's a reason. I can't say specifically why, but it has to do with the new feature.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck you.
Which essentially makes it to where him and Everyday Gara are the same.
Oh.
I cannot like they have different PRMs, they have technically different movesets, but they are the same in another aspect. So they cannot be separated. So he's just not going to be in use. Like if you look at the categories, he's not on. Well, he is on there, but he is not going to be in use. Unfortunately,
So they're going to have to find a new free agent then?
Yeah, but I mean,
But there's-
we're not technically
but
we're not
there's-
losing out on the amount of Garas because we do have the Road to Boruto Gara that's coming in.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, the Boruto guard was so sick. Have you seen his costume? Oh my god! I think I was in your stream and I just died when I saw it.
Yeah.
Dude, I ascended to a higher plane. It was
But-
so good.
But yeah, so I don't know
Yeah, the shit
what
back here.
they're gonna do in terms of their free agent, but I know that's always like Buzz's biggest, like one of his biggest things that he always likes to go with his team is just like, okay, well I'll get a free agent that I think works with the rest of my team, and just use them for the entire season.
Their map 2 training field, it's done really good wonders.
It's
for
good.
them.
I can tell you though, Toshiro's probably going to be fighting for that. He's not. I don't think he's here right now, but he's gonna be. I think Training Field Evening is his favorite map.
We recently got another training
Toshiro,
show.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Can you confirm?
Yes. Definitely.
Okay.
I love you for putting the evening one on there too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah, they might not be keeping that stage depending.
Is that all the relative?
I think so. I think in terms of who I want to see more, I think I want to see more PTS Shino because he was awesome late season. I think that he was really impressing me. I love his moveset. And I think I want to see more because I think he has a lot of potential.
I actually can't stand watching Kurenai fight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of the time it's a pain in the ass.
No, I just don't like a single one of their characters.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, it's a pain in the ass because they always drag on and I can't figure out what to say.
For me, it's Shino. I hate Shino, especially during playoffs.
Like I don't like Kiba. I don't like Shino. I like Hinata like a little. That's about it.
Yeah.
As
All
a
right.
character, I like Hinata, but she's not a good
Let's
fighter.
move on
So we'll move on.
to Team Bandmates and Shiriki.
Fucking stop.
Jinchuriki OP,
Listen, man,
please.
I
man.
didn't get my shit kicked in for the past trimester and the first week of playoffs just to get shit on more, okay?
All right, man.
Yeah.
Listen, when you
Dark-
drop Gara, we can talk
Darky,
about.
we love you.
Till
We
then.
love you.
I think Jin's third trimester really tells the tale that they're not.
Yeah.
So, Jinchuriki is obviously a strong team. Jokes aside, it's a strong team. I don't
Agreed.
think it's overpowered. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't think it's actually overpowered. I think it's a great meme.
Yeah,
It's well memed,
it's
good
good
sir.
meme.
Well memed. But it is not severely broken. I think that the team as a whole has a ton of great information. It cycles through it, and
Yeah,
it makes the team stronger than it is because you have some of the best minds in the league working on it.
I can tell you right now, like that's why our third trimester was so bad because like we had all this information to fall back on, but then none of it was working, and we were just like, what happened? Like for some reason, after we nerfed Fu and Obito, like we just started doing terrible.
But you
And
can't pin it all to yourself. Like during third trimesters is where usually teams get the hang of things.
yeah, stuff changes, but I mean,
They
like
get good.
it wasn't like I'm always one to be an advocate for not only paying attention to just your team's performances. You need to factor in the other teams.
Yeah.
There are some people that definitely have issues with that. But personally, like I have watched those matches back like so many times, and I'm like, these characters are just not performing the way that they were before, and I don't know why.
It might have been as weird as it is, there's so many little things that it could just be Fu stopped being as aggressive as she used to, and that like left a tad opening for other people to get in. And then again with Obito, it might have left him a tad less aggressive, and that made him more vulnerable, and it pushed your team further and further back as time went on. Because that's what I think happened. The smallest things in Naruto League can twist your AI just enough to make your team lose. And I think that's the greatest thing about Naruto League, and the weakest part of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Is
things
that-
you have to have fall into place, but I think
Not even luck, really. It's more of if you understand how Naruto League works on a conceptual basis, you're going to be a great builder. If you build great builds, but you don't understand how Naruto League works, you're not going to make great builds. Even if they're like sound on paper, if you don't manipulate the A, it's not going to function.
yeah. Okay, so who would you guys want to see more of?
I'm never down, never out. I love Gaara with my entire prove my existence. Great. He's like he has a voice box and I love it. You don't always die from tobacco. It's great. He's amazing.
That's what I was thinking.
I think Six Pass Naruto. I want to see more of him.
Anyone says
And to be honest, Art, I want to see more of his ultimate. If you can at least get him to do it better or in at least good range, that'll make me happy.
Is there any possibility to get Kushina to not be a sexist stereotype?
No.
God damn it!
Not even modding console.
I can't stand
it. Respect it.
No, dude, that shit I can't stand. They killed him. He's so fucking badass, and they gave her a frying pan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Dark, if you can somehow convince Scuddy to let go of Edo
Minato, yeah, we could
that would be great. That would be great. Somewhat not great for me.
I don't think
great
he would
for
ever,
you.
but
Scuddy is. He's an extremely well reasoned man.
Scuddy freaking
Therefore,
teams.
he's never gonna drop.
Let me feel like this. I don't think Scuddy's going to drop down any lower than what he is now, but he is an incredibly smart man, and he scared me like for 5 because he was so close on me.
That sound in Hokage match was actually really good.
He's very meticulous in the way that he deals with it. And I think that's the greatest asset that he has as a coach.
I think also, I think for us, I would like our Naruto to pull out more performances. I felt like I was struggling.
Which one do you guys
have? Six Pass.
Oh, the one with the beating stick.
Yeah,
that's like the best Naruto in the game. How do you mess that one up?
I honestly would not agree that he's the best character moveset wise, like best Naruto moveset wise. But like, there's just sometimes like just wouldn't. Like that's my best descriptor is like he just wouldn't. And like one of the times,
I feel
he-
like a new brain could get him to use his beat stick pretty well.
yeah, I think so too.
I just don't think he should be a jutsu spammer. His
Yeah,
ult's pretty lackluster, so
yeah.
I think he needs to be like a beat 'em stick kind of character.
I mean, like we were also looking into Biju Naruto because Biju Naruto was quite good for Taka.
Yes.
So
yeah.
that's a possibility as well. I really want PTS Gara again.
Oh yeah, and have you looked at the new Hokage Naruto by any chance?
Yes, a little
Don't
bit.
do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So I
Hokage
would
Naruto.
personally like to see more Kushina, because ever since you found Obito to be such a great tank, you kind of like neglected her just a bit.
Yeah.
Just put her more.
Because the game neglected her.
Well, yeah,
put
because
more of a
He's more
offensive-
absent than Kurenai is.
Because I know Obito would have made a better tank, but
Yeah.
it would just throw people off. Just to,
Well, I think I really want to see. I want to see Kurenai's ultimate. Freak the Tail Beast ultimate. Give Kurenai
awakening.
back her ultimate. Give it back.
yeah,
Her awakening does
you
her
don't have
justice.
you don't have Tobirama as FA no more, so that opens up a lot of avenues.
that's true. We could pick up somebody else, but
That
I mean,
Tobirama kill
hey,
was so fun.
Is that you
Yeah,
guys?
I'm-
All right, where do you guys think Jinchuriki's gonna be?
Kage.
Genny.
Stay in.
He's going to
Genny.
He's
Either
Kage.
staying in
If
Kage
they get Genny, I
or
think we're
going
gonna
I
Johnny.
don't think they're gonna get the bye for playoffs, but I think definitely staying in Kage.
I mean, I'm not like confident either. I think if I'm talking about like how things were going late last season, I'm gonna say we're not gonna stay in Kage.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not late last season. We have passives and we have.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, if we were talking about that, I would say no. But I think that we can at least stay in Joni or Kage.
So many people on your team got so beefy with
Yes.
these updates. I think you're safe.
Yeah, I think we're pretty. I mean, as a team, we're really well rounded.
Yeah,
Like,
you guys are.
Just in terms of characters, we've always had really good ones, and I'm not really ashamed to admit that. But
You shouldn't be.
Yeah, because that's not what gets us our wins.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So
your brain.
I mean, I want to say Kage, but I also don't want to put more pressure on myself to stay there because we've been there like 2 seasons in a row. I think I don't want to be that team also, but I can say maybe. I like to set my hopes high, but my expectations.
Personally, for
low,
me, I
so.
feel like every coach in the season should strive for Kage.
Oh yeah,
Every year,
definitely.
should always
This
strive.
I
season's
mean,
gonna be so different.
It doesn't mean I'm not going to be striving to stay in Kage, but if I go to Joni, it's not like I'm going to be
No,
distant.
It's
when
not
you
the
say
end of the world.
that you-
Johnny,
that you put pressure on yourself.
Great position to be in.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Any other thoughts?
No, I don't think so. Just
All right.
Jiren
moving
Curry
on.
stays in Kage or Johnny.
Yeah, moving on to the final team.
Minato.
Number 1 overall
Where
slot.
did this team
Team
come
Madara.
from?
Right.
Team Madara was a great team last season.
Team
Madara
Madara.
on
Is
the
there-
front lines.
I feel
Only
like there's
Madara. One man.
other team
one
that have
build.
gone from Genning all the way to Kage in one
Yeah.
season.
Well, I really gotta say, and
I mean, if you ask Dimension,
I gotta tell you, Dimension. I think he heavily relied on Kei Kakashi and Madara mainly. I think those were his 2 like stars right there. I don't think Ren did well. Obito was lackluster.
I do
and-
think it's important to know. Sorry to cut you off. I do think it's super important to note before anything goes down. This team is currently coachless and cannot get tests.
Yeah.
Sand is also currently coachless, but it's getting tests. This team is not receiving anything. So this
That
team
is
is at
true.
the biggest disadvantage going forward than any other team is. But I will also say this team has some of the most well-built definitions in the league. If someone were to pick up any coach that picks up this team is going to have a clear view on what exactly the skeleton of this team is. It's one of those teams where it's very well defined. not stuck, but well defined. And I think it's going to help ease the new coach into doing things. But he's still going to be at a disadvantage inherently because he just doesn't have the info of this new stuff.
I would agree. I think that Rin was very underutilized last season.
The log.
Yeah, I think she's a good character. Her jutsu is but like I feel like she just wasn't used enough, like as much as she could have been. And I think Kid Obito's not that great.
Slander. Oh my god.
I would like to see him get
He's
better.
the only fair Uchiha.
That's
I
true.
mean, he did good when he was in Uchiha, but that was
Yeah.
a different time. There was
But
no
on
sports.
Minato, he was not amazing. Like
Literally everyone not named Madara not as well as they should
Yeah.
have on Minato last season because
Also,
Madara
they picked
fucked
the
up their
water
whole
map,
game.
and they
Yeah.
had Obito in a lot of lineups for their water
they
map.
just relegated him to tank. Like he was just tanky, and that was all he did. And it was because they couldn't figure out anything else for him to do. So I really think out of all the characters that there's a lack of info on, there's the most lack of info on Kid Obito.
Yeah, but I think it's very easy to see where he could.
Where he could fit, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
I think he's actually a really well-rounded character.
He is.
His tilt is good. His good for AI. I
Who
mean.
doesn't need a fireball?
Yeah,
Exactly. Fireball is amazing.
that's
He's
the most
pretty
underrated
solid. His
thing
grab
about
is
Naruto.
so tight. Oh my god! Can you tell I use this character? He's so
No,
good.
Not at
can't.
all.
I think the most underrated thing about Minato is their supports. Their supports are like
Yeah, but we can change supports,
so
right?
good. Like they have a fireball, they have a log, they have a.
Oh, you mean support jutsu? Got
Yeah,
it.
support jutsu.
Oh, they meant support type.
Yeah.
Well,
As a
they have
jutsu,
two
the
fireballs.
log is bad, but as like a
Yeah.
support,
Never a Sengon, which is
I
never
guess.
bad. So
Yeah.
and they have Joni Minato, which is, in my opinion, the
No,
better.
well, they have
Yeah.
Hokage or Joni Minato.
Yeah. Alive
Same,
Minato is just what I
yeah.
recommend. Alive Minato is really good. Really good at using the Rasengan.
360 Rasengan.
No, that's the Edo one.
Yeah,
Edo
that's
has
the Edo.
360.
I couldn't remember.
Alive is good. I think Alive Minato is one of their better characters. I think that they relied a lot on Madara last season, a lot on young Kakashi, but I would say the third one that they relied on would be Minato.
Dude, I blew
Yeah.
my back out when I was talking about
you would
Obito.
think they spent all
It
their
hurts really
Ryu
bad.
on
You don't even know.
Madara.
What was that, Pi?
Yeah, you would think Madara would have to do good since they spent all their Ryu on him.
Yeah,
The big-
exactly.
I mean, he did good, but he also prevented everyone else from doing as good.
Yeah, and that is the dangerous thing. That is the dangerous line
The
that
scary
you
thing is
tread.
Madara is always going to be FA, right? Because Uchiha can't get.
Yeah, Uchiha doesn't want him.
Life, so
And they
Madara's
can
always
only
gonna
have-
be-
Yeah, they can only have one, so.
Madara's always going to be FA.
Yeah. Expensive one at that.
Yeah,
I can't.
Super expensive.
I can't imagine he goes.
The new FA, so maybe you could. share some
Honestly,
information
I
on
wouldn't.
here.
I wouldn't be surprised if people just don't pick him up next season.
Well, the new
or
FA
he's
money-
cheaper
To be
than he was.
honest,
So,
I have to. Oh, go ahead, Darky.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm talking. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, who would you like to see more of for me?
I definitely want to see more Obito. Always, Kid Obito.
Okay.
Also, maybe some. There's someone on that team that I can't remember
Ren,
currently. No, actually.
Kid Kakashi.
Kid Kakashi. Yeah, I want to see more of him in a different style. Because his build was good. I just don't. He was on a jutsu build, yeah. The Chidori
No, just a straight up attack aggression build.
was he? Jeez, he used so many Chihoris though.
Yeah, he just liked it to
Tilted.
use it.
Yeah,
Tilt did get nerfed in the
Oh my
in the
God.
RGB
Floor.
update.
More
You know
so-
which Tilt
oh,
didn't get
nerfs,
nerfed?
okay.
Obito's.
But personally, I mean, I already said it, but I'd like to see more of Ren.
Yeah, I say Ren or Obito for the most part.
Her jutsu just is not
See-
for me.
Dark, I just wish that you guys nerfed Kid Kakashi's tilt before I fought him. Because that tilt that hit on the ground that killed Tuyuya, I was salty about that. and I still
I
am.
completely
Saw it in the
understand.
video. So.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
It was the deciding factor.
Get wrecked by staff.
Did Pi and Drea share?
I was just gonna say, Minato and Obito are the ones that I want to see more of.
Udo.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as a former Uchiha member, I'd like to see more Kid Obito.
Gotcha. All right.
God
Since I'm
damn,
the one who
Phil's gonna be the majority.
recommended Vegeta to put him on the team in the first place.
Now,
I'm
where
gonna
do you
ask
guys
one
think they're
final
going to end
question
up?
of all of you. One final question, because I'm running out of time here.
Okay.
What team outside of your own are you most excited to watch?
Missed.
I agree.
Sage.
Sage.
Yeah,
Fuck both of you.
Sage.
Fuck the whole lot of you.
Well, if
Missed.
we're not doing duplicates, then
I want to point we're all in Genin
Guy.
though. We all want to
Guy.
see Genin.
Okay.
Dude, Miss Sage, Guy,
yeah, we can all
Kakashi,
agree
those
we
are
all
teams
want
to
to see
watch.
Genny
Man.
do good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he had it rough.
But like Guy, Mist, and Sage are all gonna be so fun to watch.
I just thought Sage had a lot of potential and it didn't really take off and go in their favor, but I thought that they were a really strong team, and I just want to see how strong they can be this season.
That perfectly makes sense.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh yeah, for Minato.
Boyo.
Lastly, I think they're gonna drop 1 or 2 down because of so many changes of their.
And I think
Minato, I think that because of the lack of information, they're gonna be get down to tuning.
I think
There's like 8 teams in tuning so far, but I don't care.
I say yeah. I think tuning or getting sadly only because like Sin said, they lost their captain pretty much. That pretty much he's the only one that knew everything, even though Ito knows everything. He's on Uchiha now.
Yeah,
So
I
you
don't
don't have
know.
anyone to
For sure,
continue.
she's not gonna tell you. You're in his division.
Exactly. So you have no one there to back you up on that. So it's starting over again and trying to get used to it, especially if you're a brand new person coming into the league. So I say getting or tuning.
I'm gonna say low Joni and high Chunin.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Sure.
I'm
All right.
thinking tuning. They're definitely not
Sure,
staying in
for
Kage.
Horizon.
See, if they still had a coach, I would agree with that. That team is strong. The lack of a coach, I think, exiles them.
Yeah.
The lack of a coach, thus the lack of testing, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Information is the number one asset.
And before
Or
staff
random.org.
and before the hidden staff
Dude,
actually
I
gets them to say
I
that.
can't wait until I take over Minato Kappa, and then I get so dirted on for 4 weeks. The staff's like, "All right, just give me the keys. You drunk?" I'm like, I can't. No more hidden staff Minato. And jokes aside, that's been the RamenCup-Cast. This was supposed to be short. We're all long-winded as shit.
mainly,
We brought
mainly
along an extra
Sin.
R.
Yeah.
Mainly
Mostly
Sin.
me.
I
Mostly
had
me.
some stuff to add too. So.
Yeah. So we brought along a hidden guest. Enjoy
Yeah.
yourselves.
Yep.
I'm gonna sign us out now. I am Sin. I am a supporter of Asuma, as is pretty well obvious. Tosh is our regular co-host. He is the coach of sound. Say bye, Tosh.
Bye.
Thank you. Our resident recorder / occasional guest is Pie Guy. He's the coach of Akatsuki.
Mega Naruto's coming. Be prepared.
Ironically, he's not on the mixtape. It's not on the mixtape. I wonder why.
Mega Naruto. He's coming.
Fired. Our intended guest is Jiraiya the Gallant, supporter
Hello.
of Sand.
Goodbye.
You said hello. You said hello.
I said hello and goodbye.
Yeah, he
True.
said goodbye. Don't
And
fight
our
him.
super special guest and or / boss is the
Hey,
coach of Jinchuriki.
I'm Orange. Thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, take care of yourselves.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey.